Cameron Jerome.
Welcome, mate.
Thanks, boys. Cheers
Thanks for coming in.
No one had gone near him, honestly. I wouldn't say psychopath, I'd say sociopath, mate, honestly.
Really?
This fella would just take ankles, take toes, and as we're sat at this table, the assistant manager's with his missus, with his wife walking past and just looks in the window and looks at us and we've gone, oh no. Oh no. The fans have come in, like, they want to watch training and he was
Mad
friendly
that the
enough.
fans have that much power.
Yeah, they run clubs like out there, you know what I mean?
Was Ronaldo in the Man United side at the time then?
I tried to ask him about his free kicks when he first started wobbling. I was like, how are you doing this
How
then?
are you doing that? Right, pal?
How you doing?
I'm alright.
So glad to have you back, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you struggle?
Just didn't feel right.
Did it
I had to actually do some research for once because I knew Gaz wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true.
But it just didn't go well.
Did it not?
No.
I must admit, the podcast that we did without you,
It was better.
no, didn't go well.
Did it not?
Not really. Not really. Just didn't feel the same.
Yeah, it did, yeah. I mean, Gaz is good, isn't he? But
Yeah.
he just talks about fucking Burnley. He's just like...
He does just interrupt with random stuff, doesn't he?
Then
You
your
think-
head's gone then.
Yeah, you
Like,
think
you just
where
lose
are you
all
going with
flow.
that? So how's it been anyway? First game of the season?
First game, mate, yeah.
Did well, aren't you? Pre-season as well.
Smash pre-season, yeah, was flying. Couple of hat-tricks, didn't I?
Did you? You beat Fleetwood.
No, we didn't. We got beat off Fleetwood.
Oh, did
Drew
you?
with them, and then they beat us on pens.
Oh,
so
right.
it didn't count.
Beat Alty though.
Beat Alty, beat a few others, and then first game at season.
How'd you get on?
You're buzzing for it, aren't you? 40 seconds in, 1-0 down.
Oh no.
I was just, I've only just kicked off, and I'm doing it again. So it's just,
Thing is though, with that, your whole game plan's out the window.
you're chasing it then, aren't you?
Yeah. Jono and Bernard about that.
All you want to do with Buxton, because they're a nice passing team, just piss them off for 80 minutes, and then, well, you can't then, can you? You 1-0
You're
down.
chasing.
Yeah.
What was final score?
2-1. To be fair, they scored a worldie second
Did they?
half, yeah.
How did
Nothing
you
we could
play?
do. All right, to be fair, come off at 70 mins, made 3 subs, and I was one of them. So obviously not all right. I've got injections in my ankle today, you know, for pain relief.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
on 4G, it was killing, but just got to get through it, haven't you?
What time you got that?
R4. So
Never good.
I'm just
Never
going to say
good
to the woman,
injections.
just don't let me see the needle. Just stick it wherever you want.
Yeah, but you're used to a little prick, aren't you?
So what have you been doing?
I've just come back from Turkey, family holiday.
Yeah.
That was good, all inclusive. Just sat.
Yeah, but
To
you
be
got-
fair,
How many kids do you take?
just the 3 of mine.
Right.
I've got a couple of others knocking around, but
But you didn't take
I
them.
didn't take them. No.
So it's
yeah.
not a chilled one though, is it? It's like, where the fuck?
Do you know what? It's a chilled one for Melissa because she don't like going in pool.
Yeah, so she's
I was going to
alright.
say she don't like getting wet, which is want to sound right, but either. But yeah, she don't like getting in pool.
Yeah.
And our hotel, it must have had 4 different pools and an on-site water park.
That's all they got to do.
From we had breakfast in the morning, got up to the water park, which is like a 2-minute walk from our hotel. Like it's on site. So from 11 o'clock till it shut at 5 o'clock, I was in the water park with the kids.
And fucking, like my nan.
I look like a
Hands up.
90-year-old woman when I come out. Melissa's like, I'm tired. Like, tired sunbathing. I've just done 30 kamikaze slides with kids and nearly drowned about 4 times. So,
Yeah,
I need a
idea,
rest. So, do you know what? They've gone into holiday club
What, a footy one or?
today. No, just like in schools where someone will come in and do a sports.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we'll do like games and stuff. But
Piss off.
yeah,
Just go.
I just wanted an hour without daddy. I was like, oh my God, I love you. But shut the fuck up. Like, driving me
sounds
insane.
crap.
No, but it was good though. It was a really good holiday. Like kids loved it, but I'm glad to be home.
I'm glad to have you back, mate.
Thanks, mate. It's good to be back.
You can just do all the work again and I'll just,
You just listen.
I'll just chip in a few times.
Yeah, so I don't even, we'll introduce the guest in a minute, but he's probably
Belter today.
unbelievable. Like, when you're looking through his career, it's unbelievable career. But I remember watching him a lot and you're just thinking, like to have him on the podcast now, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He was rapid.
You know what I used to think?
He still reckons he can do 100 metres in under 11 seconds, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I used to watch his games and you'd think they've got half a chance with him up top.
Yeah,
Like he can do something.
play off the shoulder.
Yeah.
One ball over the top. And I was looking through some of his goals, some absolute belters.
One or two.
One or two, absolute belters, yeah. We'll get into that.
There's a full TikTok of him last night that I watched. Just
Did
goal
ya?
after goal, yeah. It's like, go on, lad.
Did you put that up? So, yeah, right, we'll introduce him.
Yeah, belter, Cameron Jerome.
Welcome, mate.
Thanks, boys. Cheers
Thanks for
having
coming
me.
in.
No worries. No worries.
What do you think of the new
Studio.
studio?
Nice.
All right, isn't it?
It's all right. Airy. I see, yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's echoey.
Yeah.
It's shite over there. Look at that bit.
That's horrible. Look at that. It's like a scene from Crime Watch over there.
Baywatch over here, Crime Watch over there.
Yeah, I like Corey's. What do you think of Corey's hat?
It's a little bit too big, isn't it?
It's like
baggy.
it's been packed in a
A
suitcase.
baggy hat.
You got any baggy caps?
It's been flattened by like.
It's been. Yeah.
It's like you took it out your suitcase after 2 weeks and gone.
No, you've packed your suitcase and you think, oh, I need to put my cap in. So you just
it in.
stuffed it on the top.
it on the top.
You got the fucking cap. Look at it.
Horrendous.
Awful.
It's just a hat.
So,
So,
it's
yeah.
all right in here. New studio, new sponsor.
Yeah, our mate in it,
Yeah.
Capo.
He's not sponsored as yet.
Have to
has
get
he?
some
Boys are
gear.
fine. Yeah. Free gear. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything for a free,
Oh,
mate.
anything for a
He'll
free
go
one,
into a
mate.
bargain bucket for us though, won't he?
Probably.
Like
Yeah.
the shit he can't sell.
Yeah.
We'll have it.
5XL.
Yeah.
That's where he's got his cap from.
Yes, Cameron.
I'll give you this to start.
But yeah, so yeah, Adam Morning and Capo are going to sponsor the pod.
Sponsored the boys, yeah. They're flying, aren't they?
So
Taking over the Northwest.
I was there was he posted something before. There was something like the top 10 up and coming brands in the country.
And he started at the back of his car selling caps and
What
t-shirts.
brand is it?
Capo, it's
Capo.
called.
Yeah. He used to sleep on the floor in my apartment in Manchester.
Love this. You know, these stories of,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people that starting out.
And now he must be a millionaire now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Must be a millionaire.
Hard work, man. Gets you everywhere, doesn't it?
He's
does.
class, to be fair.
He's-
Isn't he?
yeah.
And because we all used to buy his stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
When he
So
was
you got to support it, haven't you?
starting.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks after you.
Yeah, definitely.
No, he's a great lad as
guy.
well. We're trying to get him on the podcast, but he's not the best of speakers.
He's
Speak at him then. I just can see you're good at that. I had 5 minutes of that start. I'm just like,
so, talking about 16-year-olds in Turkey.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be professional here, guys.
But yeah, no, it'd be good. So yeah, big thanks to Capo.
Yeah, cheers, Morno.
New studio. Thanks, guys, for sorting. Thanks for sorting the guest as well.
Yeah, well, we're in the same building as our old studio.
Yeah,
And
there's only a
Reece-
couple down
Reece
there.
bumped into the guy who owns the old studio before, and he's just had to tell him we're going somewhere else. So
on to bigger and better.
Well, it's just money saving, innit? You got to save a bit of money.
It's hey, holidays, mate. You got a few kids to pay for.
that's it.
Exactly.
It's a bit awkward convo though, yeah.
Was it awkward? So when are you guys next booked in? Actually, about that.
We're literally down here on the right now.
Right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming along. Where have you come from? Have you come far?
Nah, local, so quick, easy one. Starting a Monday off, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Come and support the lads.
Very good.
Thank you very much, sir.
So what are you up to now?
At the minute, not at the minute, to be fair. Obviously, seasons has kicked off. I mean, in general, since I retired last year, I've just been doing a few things regarding strikers, mentoring a few strikers and things like that. So helping them with the game, technically, with its video analysis, stuff like that. So did an off-season camp, which was quite interesting this summer.
Right.
So helped a mate of mine. He does like sort of S&C work and stuff like that. So got involved with him over the summer, which was quite cool. And yeah, just carried on the things what I was doing last year, really, which is individual stuff with forwards, really.
Because I think, like, as a striker, mentality is a massive part of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's everything, to be honest, with a forward. I mean, there's so many different things and ups and downs what you go through as a forward in terms of form, scoring goals, not scoring goals, being in and out of a team. Yeah, so I think it's a lot of pressure, which a lot of people don't know how to handle necessarily. Obviously, speaking for experience, I've been through all those pressures, struggles, whatever you want to call it, adversities. So it's how do you best deal with them when things aren't going well for you, and that's the makings of a good forward for me.
Because it is a different kind of pressure I found as a striker, because everybody else on the pitch can have a good game and not have to produce anything, if that makes sense. Whereas a striker, you've got to score goals.
100%.
Like no matter, like you can't play 35 really, really good games all season
And get one.
and get
A couple of goals.
Couple of
There's
goals.
no thanks for it, is there? There's no reward in terms of like a consistent good performance. Even if you bring a lot to a team, people are just going to say, yeah, he does well, but he doesn't get goals.
Yeah.
Or he does that, but he doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whereas I feel sometimes, especially to the outside, that's how it's portrayed. But sometimes within a good group of players or a good team, or if you've got a good manager and he knows what you bring, but then other people benefit from it or the team benefits from it, they appreciate you, but other people don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's one of them where it's you weigh up someone who's an out-and-out goal scorer or someone who impacts a game.
Yeah.
So if I've not scored in 3 or 4 games this season, and I bell you, what are you gonna tell me?
Just keep going, mate.
Yeah, just one.
Persevere.
One changes everything.
It does though. To be fair, you see it a million times, don't you? Like up and down the leagues, and there's so many players out there, and you go, oh, he needs a goal. If he gets a goal, he's flying.
Yeah.
And then he goes and gets one, and he's off and running. Then, and also on the flip side of it, you see someone who just scores goals, and he's like that question mark of does he do anything else?
Yeah.
So it's one of them, depending on what.
I think there's
a balance.
There's a bigger leeway with he just scores goals, or, but like where people just go, yeah, but for me that's enough.
Yeah.
Whereas on the flip side of it, he doesn't score goals, but he does everything else.
Yeah.
Like you need them goals, don't you? And I think that's the hard thing for a striker, having that mindset.
Depends if you're winning as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's so many different
The team's
variables
winning,
into play. Yeah. If the team's winning, then everything's sort of not smoothed over, but it kind of there's allowances, isn't there, for the team winning, good performances, but then the goals being spread almost. But if you're losing, people are on your shoulder. Right?
Like even now though, like I think if you keep doing the right things and getting in the right spaces on the pitch, you'll score goals.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
when you're watching some of the top strikers, and I know loads of people out there will say the same, but like even I do it now. I'm thinking like, if I played 30 games in that Liverpool side, I'd expect to score half a dozen goals at least. Like if I was just getting in the right areas.
Yeah, I mean, especially in a team like that, what plays on the transition, what's got loads of pace, through the flanks, the delivery, what they've got from the flanks also. If you're in the right areas predominantly, you're going to have opportunities to score goals. You know what I mean?
But then also I think I might not even be able to catch up with play, but it's that
it's
quick.
gone.
Yeah.
What about like these new strikers coming over, like Gyökeres? Played like 2 games for Arsenal, was getting pure shit, saying he's not going to do well for him. And Bumo, or whatever it is, he's got pictures where he's massive on Twitter.
I think
just
it's
saying
the
like
whole
he's
social
terrible.
media thing, innit? For me, the whole social media thing is like, it just creates that negativity around somebody. I mean,
time.
I never really used it as a player. I just thought it's just outside external noise that I don't need. But yeah, it creates that sort of, especially amongst fans and stuff like that, you can be ridiculed a lot with it. I mean, like, obviously Gyökeres has come over. He's probably not done a pre-season because he's angling for the move. Same with Burma, he's angling for the move. So they're not doing anything. They're sort of like doing as little as possible because they're thinking, right, if I've got this move going on here, it's a once in a lifetime move.
I don't want to get
gonna
injured.
Go and get injured. I'm not going to play a friend. I'm not going to go and do a max out run because I don't want Miami to go.
I do think though, like someone sent me that picture and they were like, flipping out, look at that. And
It's the same build as last year. And Burma's that build.
He's stocky, innit?
He's stocky, but he's lightning. You know what I mean? That's his build. His power. It's all power.
Yeah, but if you look on after a game and say like, and they probably won't look on, will they? But if you just seen all that after one game, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, like, my head's gone here.
What about the lad who went to Arsenal and there's a petition for him not to sign? Madueke, I'm thinking, imagine how that must feel.
Imagine you coming into a club.
What, from Arsenal fans?
Arsenal fans, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, am I getting this right here? Moving from Chelsea to Arsenal, and there was a petition not to sign him, and it was like 10,000, like crazy amount of numbers. And I was like, whoa, Arteta had to come out and like sort of pour cold water on it, and you're thinking, you're about to nick a move to like Arsenal, and like...
And you know that a quarter of the crowd have signed a petition for him not to sign.
Yeah, but he's good.
He's decent. That's what I mean. I'm thinking he's like, I watch him in the summer for England. I'm thinking he's England's best winger in the summer.
Yeah.
I know, like, it's only a couple of games.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, Jesus, give him a little minute to like settle in and show what he
Is
can
that not
do.
because he's a Chelsea player?
I'm not even sure, mate. I just thought, wow, it's harsh that. But that's what social media does. It creates this nonsense where people can do that and it just snowballs into negativity.
I tried to say with some of the young lads who I have, and they'll read the social media comments and they'll read it and then they'll take it to heart. And I say to them, like, don't look at the comment, like look at the person
Doing it,
behind the comment. I bet if you saw them in real life, you would never ever listen to their opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of them.
But it's on that everyone can see it.
But everyone can see it, and like if you think, right, okay, let's look at that person who's put X, Y, and Z or whatever. He's probably a person sat in his bedroom in his underpants. Never, do you know what I mean?
Lives at home with his mum and dad.
Lives at home. Yeah. He's 45-year-old, still lives at home.
Yeah.
Probably never played a game of football in his life, but it's so easy for him to go on social media and slag someone off. And a young lad will read it and take that to heart, thinking
100%.
like that's a valid opinion. Well, it's not.
Yeah, leave him.
So so you sound like you've got a bit of a Yorkshire accent. Where did you?
Yeah, I grew up in Huddersfield.
All right, okay.
HUD.
HUD, mate.
What a place.
Yeah.
And they're on Wednesday night. Huddersfield.
The game?
Yeah, for the Leicester game, yeah.
In and out. It's a quick one, isn't it?
Actually, we're going to, there's supposedly a nice Italian. So we're going to go into town first, go for an Italian and then go to the game.
I used to do Wednesdays in Huddersfield, but student nights.
Student night.
Yeah. Fives and tokes.
Cheap as chips, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
So good.
Yeah.
That was like 25 on student nights. It's like
Fake ID, still dragging it out.
rough as on the Thursday and go training at Salford.
Did you?
Yeah, disaster. Yeah, no wonder they let me go there.
I know, yeah. I wonder why, yeah. So is that where you came through then?
No, I was in the academy there when I was a really young kid, talking 10, 11.
Right.
I got released at Huddersfield when I was 13 years old. So, never had any dealings with them since that, really.
I read something where you said you left.
No, I sort of like released through the end of the season.
Because it was like Huddersfield, Grimsby,
Yeah,
Chef
as I was a bit
Wednesday.
older, I had a few trials at a few sort of clubs up north, Grimsby, Hull, Sheffield Wednesday,
Right.
Middlesbrough, and then ended up at Cardiff. So quite the journey, really.
What were you thinking at this point? Like, I'm never going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of stopped playing for a little bit. Well, I say stopped playing, but I wasn't in the system in terms of academy football at that age. I was playing like, for my school, grassroots, just enjoying football again, just having a kick around with my mates, really. Then it was through someone I knew was sort of, who had seen a few grassroots games, was like, look, coming up a couple of trials here and there, sort of trying to help me out. Ended up being at Grimsby. He was assistant manager at Grimsby at the time. And I think what had happened was a managerial change there. So he sort of ended up being out of work, and then that sort of like faded a little bit. But through the scouts or whatever, through other different people, they were sort of getting me to trials and stuff like that. But when you're not in academy football, the level compared to like grassroots and local football, so then there was like, oh yeah, it's got something, but it's not quite fit enough, or there was always something, like.
Yeah.
I remember playing a summer tournament. It was I just feel actually across from the playing fields, across from the stadium. This massive thing there is called the Yorkshire Cup every year, like quite a renowned tournament for like grassroots levels, and did really well. Sheffield Wednesday was there, and he was like, come in for a week sort of thing. So I went in for a week, did all right. It was like, oh, can you come in for another week? So that sort of went into 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of trialing. Season started with like the under 18, so there's like, right, can you sign like a sort of non-contract agreement sort of thing so you can play the games? So I started playing a couple of games, and then I'd done really well, to be honest with you. Started like being on the bench for the reserves and stuff like that. So I was thinking, okay, this looks quite promising.
Still on non-contract as well.
Yeah, so I'm like, but I wasn't asked at that point. I was thinking,
Just want that chance.
yeah, just want that chance. So I'm thinking, started scoring goals, doing well. So I'm thinking, then obviously the teams I was playing against are going, fuck it, this kid's on trial. Like, we'll have a look at him. So that's how the Middlesbrough thing came around. And obviously, because they was like the Youth Cup champions, I thought, well, Sheffield Wednesday took a little longer than they should have here. They've had a good look at me.
Yeah.
And then they sort of
dragging it out.
Yeah, they was dragging it out, and then they sort of came with something last minute. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go and have a little look up here at Middlesbrough. So I went up there for an official trial, did 6 weeks, did well, scored 4 or 5 in 6 games, whatever it was. And in the end, it was just like, look, you're good, but we've got good. We're looking for better than what we've already got, sort of thing. So by then,
what do you think you were missing at that age? Can you pinpoint it now? Do you think?
more refined, I'd say. Do you know, like if I look at academy football, because my lads are in academy system, it's just that refinedness, that not so raw. But then it's hard to get if you're in the system. If that makes sense. So you're not having the coaching hours and the hands-on approach from what you get in academy football. Yeah. And obviously that's tenfold to nowadays. But there was something there. But I feel like it's an opportunity, really. And then obviously I went to Cardiff. The fellow who was at Grimsby ended up getting a job at Cardiff. So he brought me down there. And then, the rest was history, really.
He sorted you out there then, hasn't he?
He looked after me, to be fair. Yeah, he did look after me, to be honest with you. So, I've always been...
Because that was your real big breakthrough. Like we were talking earlier, there were never a loan period to break yourself in or anything like that. It was thrown straight in, 20-odd games in your first season. Yeah,
obviously, when I initially went to Cardiff, it was probably like about the October in the season, so I ended up doing that year in the youth team to the end of the season, come back pre-season fit, ready to go sort of thing. And then, that first part of the season, in and around the reserves and stuff like that, doing really well. And then I think there was like for whatever reason, there was like a load of injuries. Not me, by the way, but there's about 4 injuries to the forwards. Smashing people, it's going for every striker. So there was like a load of strikers that was injured. And then it was me and another young fella, Stuart Fleetwood, his name was. We actually was Diggs. We lived in Diggs together. So he was sort of like the young sort of prospect there at Cardiff at the time. And he'd had a few early opportunities in the first team, and he ended up starting, and I ended up being on the bench. So I sort of took his place on the bench, and he took whoever was injured's place, playing. I remember coming on, we played Leeds at home. I remember coming on for like the last 20 minutes. I hit the bar as well, Vanetta. I was like up like a salmon back post. And then...
That Leeds away?
At home. At Ninian Park as well. Right, so there's a bit of rivalry there as well. So there's like a bit of an edge to the game. So I was like, get me on. Chuck me on there. And I remember coming on, doing all right for 20 minutes sort of thing. Then as the weeks progressed, it's getting chucked on here and there. And then I ended up coming on and scoring. And after that, I made my full debut started. And I think I scored an assist or whatever. And that was it then.
How was that first goal? How was the feeling?
Yeah, it was really good, to be fair. We played away at Bournemouth when Bournemouth obviously was...
Coming through,
yeah. I think it was a League Cup game. Slipped through in extra time. Obviously, legs are tired. Big man goes on with his pace. Open up and just nice finish, to be fair. So yeah, it was.
It's that feeling, though.
It's that feeling, yeah. Like men's football, you're still excited at that age. Like, you're young, you're enthusiastic. You're just sort of that bundle of energy out, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was obviously a big turning point, really. That one, then obviously getting chucked in for your first start. You just got no fear at that age. You just
did you have a different pressure? No, like, did you have a different pressure when you were starting? Because I always feel like as a young lad, it's easy to come on as sub because you think
you got nothing to lose.
There's no expectations, is there?
But there was no expectations for me there anyway, because I'd sort of just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
I suppose that had helped as well, hadn't it?
I didn't give a fuck, honestly. I was that age where I was just like, I just didn't care. I had no fear.
Was you confident as a young lad as well?
Not really, no.
No.
I just didn't give a fuck. I had that mindset and that attitude of, I don't give one here. I'm just going to go around and tear around. Showed no one any respect. Just got stuck into people. I'd not fights, but I had clashes with my own teammates.
Yeah.
Because they was thinking, well, who's this kid? And I'm like, giving it a bit back. But start standing up for yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in the wrong way or big time way, but just like, I'm not going to be, you can't then try and like disguise you, because you're having a stinker, and then try and say, "Oh, get hold of it." How easy is it for an old pro to go, "Come on, get hold of it," to a young forward, and I'm going to turn around and go, "Fuck off, mate! I'm about stop putting it in the channel, keep it on the island at least."
Neck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let someone come for me. Like even at 18, you're thinking
the older pros were horrible at that, weren't they?
Horrible, because you can almost have a career from that. Where people, I always say to young lads now, back in my time when people were playing, if you had a good voice, you could almost have a career by organising everything around you and like being that guy, and then you say things that then other people will pick up on, and they'll say it, and a manager will think it subconsciously whether he wants to or not. And then I just was never going to let someone do that to me. So from there, that's why I probably was like so good so quick at Cardiff, because there was no structure in terms of the way we was coached, where we played. There was no sort of expectations around the club, and there's no sort of person saying, right, you've got to do this, that, and the other. It's just like, go out and play.
Who was the manager at the time?
It was Lenny Lawrence to start with, and then it was Dave Jones.
Right.
So we had,
Dave Jones was there for a long time, and he had successful.
He had all right, a period of success where the club produced a lot of players, myself, Joe Ledley, Aaron Ramsey, people like that. So there's a lot of good young players coming through at the time in that period. So
I know what you mean about starting though.
It's a different pressure.
When you're coming on, you're just on. Whereas when you're starting, it's like, you know, the build up to the game and everything's going on, and you have a minute before kick-off and you're just like, right.
And as well, when you're starting a game, you know that if after 60, 65, you've not produced or you're not playing well, you're off.
Yeah.
Whereas you come on last half an hour, you
just got to do what you can.
That is your half an hour.
You can't lose, can you?
No.
And
if you produce, you produce. If you don't, there's no real expectations around it.
No. Especially sometimes where like you can almost go, not really got into the game there. You know what I mean? No, the game's got away from you. You know, like depending on the state of the game.
You're wasting time and that by then.
Yeah. We're never going to score in that. Yeah. So how did things progress from there then? Because you end up playing like 20 odd times that season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously once I got chucked in, I didn't come out then. I never came out of the team from that age, from when I was 18. Till I left the club.
It's unheard of that now, isn't it? You never see an 18-year-old do that now.
No, then the next year, like I think we had a bit of a clear out when Dave comes in, and then you know you're 19 leading the line. Then you know all the old pros are not, you know, they're trying to sort of squeeze them out because the club was going through a little bit of financial difficulties and stuff like that. So then you're just thrust into the deep end. By the time you know it, you know it's like your first full season in the Championship, and you know you're up front on your own. You've got
19-year-old striker in the Championship as well,
leading the line.
Yeah. Imagine what you'd be
did it
worth
well
now.
though, didn't you?
Oh, honestly, I did 20 goals.
Yeah. Unbelievable that season.
Crazy to think in it, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen nowadays because you know obviously you see people given a little bit more time, a little bit more of a different pathway in terms of experience, a few loans, this and that. But you know, when at the time, I guess with the club and the state of the club, and there was no other choice really, but to sort of go with what they've got.
So as that season's progressing and you're getting the goals, did you know that other clubs would be sniffing around you?
Yeah, the club would used to keep me informed, like, you know, rightly or wrongly, they'd say, you know, there's this going on or that going on, but don't worry, just play football. So
would you rather know or not?
Looking back at it, no, I would rather not know, because there's a couple of times where like some big hitters were there, you know, to watch, because obviously you're doing quite well at that age sort of thing. And then it'd throw me. Looking back, I had like a few not so great games when that was, when that always came to light sort of thing. But it is what it is, isn't it, I guess, you know. I
suppose like different people, it's like you could have had sometimes you can have a bad game and then after the game, someone will go, Man United ready to watch it, and you think, shit, I wish I'd have known that beforehand. I'd have tried harder. Do you know what I mean? So it's, you never know, do you? But
no, of course not. And you can't always pinpoint that's the case or that's why you had a not so great game. But yeah, it was interesting at that period, because obviously the club was, you know, going through a little bit of difficulty financially, like I said.
Yeah.
So you knew, like, you know,
and the club would be desperate to sell you.
They was desperate. They was touting you. He was touting me. It wasn't a thing where it was, and I didn't have an agent.
Get this lad here. You're all over social media.
Yeah, everything, honestly. So you're just thinking, okay, like, and then obviously a few of the older lads sort of was just like giving you little bits of advice, you know, like just concentrate on this, that, and the other. But obviously they was just trying to get me in with their agents, going, oh, go and have a meeting with my agent. They'll come and pick you up and all that. And I was just like, okay, yeah, why not? Sounds all right.
Yeah.
A bit naive at that period.
Free meals everywhere.
Oh yeah, down at London, free meals, car out for the weekend. But yeah, I was just like, honestly, you just like, until you realise the game, obviously you don't know what to do in that period. You need guidance, don't you? You need good people around you, which I did have, to be honest with you, and that sort of put me on the right track in terms of my trajectory for the career then.
And who were the clubs that you came close to signing with before? It was Birmingham, weren't it, that you end up going to?
Yeah, I think Birmingham in the January as well. Birmingham, I mean, obviously there's a bit of speculation about a few other clubs and stuff like that. But obviously you don't know how concrete they are, sort of thing. But yeah, Birmingham got the deal done pretty smoothly actually towards the end of the season. It was quite funny because looking back at it now, we had a game at Coventry, the last game of the season. And for whatever reason... So
did you do a pre-contract in January?
No, they came in January.
Ah, right, okay.
But I didn't go. For whatever reason, the deal didn't happen.
Right.
So it was fast forward, the end of the season, there's one game to go. And for some reason, my knee was a bit sore. I don't know if it was subconsciously or whatever. And it was just sore on the last training session. So I said to the gaffer, my knee's a bit sore, you know, like, it really is sore. Genuinely, not chucking one in.
Yeah.
And he was fuming. So I was thinking, he's fuming with me. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't have to read this situation sort of thing. So he's like, look, right, don't play. So I was in the stands last game of the season, played Coventry away, sort of a dead rubber, nothing on it sort of thing. And Bruce had come to watch, he'd come to do his final observations. So I'm with a few of the young lads who have travelled but not made the squad. So I was like, let's go and get something to eat. So I went and got like a Burger King, loads of sweets and stuff like that. Comes and sits in the stand. And he sat behind us, Bruce there, but he'd come and watch me. Obviously the game. With like a Burger King with the lads, sweets and all that. Obviously,
he probably like that, wouldn't he?
He never let it go. He never let it go, honestly.
Did he not?
When I come in for pre-season, he's like, oh, you've not been eating burgers and all. How do you know that? And he's just like, he told us the story where I'd come and watch the last game. And obviously I wasn't playing, so he said, he just sat there and just observed me anyway. I was just like, okay.
Just watch you as a person.
Yeah, just watch what I was doing, what I was about.
Just eating a Burger King and
sweets.
Burger
King last day of the season, just enjoying life, taking it in.
Take it.
It must have worked because he went and signed you still, didn't he?
Yeah.
How did you find him as a gaffer?
It was good, I really enjoyed him. Yeah, he was firm but fair. I always say like he's one of the best managers I had because I thought his man management skills were really good. A lot of other people have not liked him, and I've always not understood why. He had good coaches around him and stuff like that. And he just knew the game, didn't he? Obviously having such a career, what he had as a player and then as a manager.
Well, I think he had something like 15, 16 years with Alex Ferguson, didn't he, in United and the players he's been around.
Exactly. And, he's been through all the eras of football. So he sees it, he understands the optics, which is more important. Yeah. So he understood us. And we had like a young group at Birmingham. He signed like probably 6, 7, 8 of lads who were the similar age. So would go out.
I think some of your teammates, I've got them down here.
Yeah, we've got them here.
Sebastian Larsson.
Yeah, so he was a similar age from Arsenal. Nicholas Bent. Yeah, he's a character.
Nicholas Bentley, yeah.
So
you go to Arsenal after that?
Yeah. So we'd signed like about 6 or 7 lads who was similar age.
Was Dunny there?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Dunny was there.
Was you playing in the game when he did the Rabona?
No. That was the season before. He needs to do it in training to play. He'd pull it off.
He was a class player.
Yeah, he was class, mate. Honestly, he's a great lad.
Ability was unbelievable.
Yeah. And obviously, he took a shine to the young lads. Obviously, when we come there, and he took us all under his wing. He's a good lad, to be fair to him.
He loved the Magaluf at end of season, didn't he?
Still does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Great lad. Yeah.
So who was some of the older pros who you came into that dressing room with? Who looked after you? So they were like, was Dunny an older pro?
Dunny was an older pro, yeah. Matty Upson was probably an experienced one there around the place. A few was sort of transitioning because you had like Jermaine Pennant who was leaving, went to Liverpool at the time. Emile was going wherever he was going, SK. We had Mike Taylor, the goalie, who's the goalie coach now at Birmingham. He was there. Martin Taylor, centre half. So we had some good ones, and we signed Bruno Ngotti from Bolton, Radhi Jahidi from Southampton. So we signed some experience.
Bolton had both of them, didn't they?
Yeah. Centre half, man mountains, honestly.
Yeah.
Massive.
Stiff, but man mountains.
Just running past each other.
Honestly, but we had a good blend there at the time, and obviously with.
And this was in the Championship.
Yes, in the Championship, they just gone down, so they had like a bit of a clear out, and then obviously got fresh legs in. And stuff
was it that first season when you joined? You got promoted again?
Yeah, straight up. Yeah. So I remember there was. I think we speak about it now, like a few of the old players. There's a turning point where we'd not started great, and I think it was Stephen Clements. He was one of the experienced heads in there, and obviously went on to then follow Steve everywhere in his coaching career after. And I think we had played a game away. I think it was a cup game, and the gaffer had gone for him, like proper gone for him, but like in a way what everyone else was gone. Oh wow, what's this about? Sort of thing. Never heard it. Yeah, but like literally left one on him, and Clem sort of like took it on the chin. To be fair, but then after that, he was like the leader. Like took it on board, and everyone just followed suit then. And then we just went on a little bit of a run, and we got ourselves together then after that sort of thing. So it took him getting after one or two of the older ones to show the younger ones what it's about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which was.
And I stumbled across a 442 from Birmingham.
The
magazine 442.
Yeah.
And it's before he's had any training in media. And the first one is nickname. It says CJ or Killer, or the lads called me Killer.
Yeah, because I was a young killer at Cardiff coming through. So this called me CJ. I was like, young killer, no fear.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what they named it? The assassin.
Strengths, I'd say my pace and power. When I was at school, I did 100 metres in 11 seconds.
I still get that now, you know.
Yeah.
I'm confident of it, honestly.
That's what I mean. Like some pace, that innit?
Yeah, fucking rapid. But I didn't know whether it's true or not, to be
Honestly,
honest.
if the car park was longer, then we'd find out.
Oh, there's so many on here. So best player played with, it says. Who do you reckon you said back in the day?
When was this? 2006.
Yeah.
Bloody, I've not long been in the game, but I've been in the game a year.
Danny Gabidon, you went
Yeah,
for.
it was Rolls Royce, mate. Honestly, Danny Gabidon, centre half as a
Was
Cardiff,
it that
West
good?
Ham, yeah, Wales international. He was never out of first gear, man. Cigar in his mouth half the time.
Has that changed since or not?
Yeah, it's changed. But to be fair, Gabs, he's a great player as well. To be
Like
fair.
like I've got some of them questions towards the end, like best player you've been on the pitch with and teammate and stuff like that. So
Save them.
Yes,
Just put it in your head for now.
Yeah, Gabs was a Rolls Royce, by the way. Rolls Royce it was.
play for Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Numerous
That's
times.
what Wales were.
Enjoyed myself reading that though.
You did it. A little chuckle, did you?
Yeah, it was just like
Cheered you up.
the answers mint.
It's honestly though, isn't it? You know, like at that
Yeah,
age, it's a little
yeah.
bit of not naivety, but like you say, it's that first exposure to
It's
things
just
where
honesty, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Like there's no like preconceptions of should I say this,
the right thing.
not
Yeah,
to say that. Yeah, is
I'm
it
not
the
going to
right
get into
thing?
trouble
Yeah,
for
yeah.
saying that. Yeah,
You
It's
can't
just-
say it out now, can you?
No.
No, everything's always twisted, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did that feel in that first season? Because that's like every player's dream is to get into the Premier League, and I'm pretty sure yours must have been the
Yeah,
same.
I mean,
and I expect that one of the pulls of going to Birmingham was
We're going to go straight back
we're
up.
going to go straight back up.
Yeah, and you'll play. So that was for me. Thought, well, that's you don't want. I've come into a team at such a young age. I've played. I've got used to playing. I don't want to go somewhere and not play. So that was the draw sort of thing. So yeah, it was like I say, it was just a dream in it, getting to the Premier League at a young age, and it's like wow, we've got
Yeah.
what a quick transition this has been, sort of thing.
What were them celebrations like at the end of that season then when you've gone up?
Yeah, no, we had a good couple of, obviously, Bruce is like as well, he loves a bevy as well, doesn't he? So he was like, at the forefront of that, leading that around. So it was it's quite a surreal moment sort of thing. As a young lad, especially coming through the way I came into the game, it's like, wow, didn't think it was ever achievable, but,
You're just rolling with it, yeah. Like even when they go into these class bars, you're like, right, I'm fucking in, let's go.
Not necessarily that, because obviously when we was that age, we'd go out and then we used to get nicked going out anyway by the gaffer, and that always.
Would he bother about that?
Oh, it'd fume. He knew everyone in
Was
Birmingham.
there?
You couldn't turn left on Broad Street without him senior. It's a bit like the Fergie thing, what Fergie probably did to them guys. So then them guys carried it on to us, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
Which is weird though, because he loved a night out.
Yeah.
He loved
was
a
the
bet.
first,
He was
honestly.
exactly the same when he was a player.
And he was the first one, to be fair, at the right times, he'd be like, right, everyone's got to meet at this pub on a Sunday. But he'd do it under his control, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I remember we'd go out a few times and then he'd address the team after training, and then he'd dismiss everyone else. But the lads who had gone out would say, right, you stay here. And we thought, we've been nabbed again here. And it'd be all-
Another one?
Honestly,
Just
it'd be
spotted
all
on a night
over us.
out.
And then I think it was one time we tried to go out of the way. So obviously Birmingham was a hot spot. So we thought, one of the lads, Gary McSheffrey, is from Coventry. So he's like, it's a nice place, Kenilworth it's called, near Coventry. Go for a bit of food, stuff like that, a few bevies and that. And I never used to be a big drinker, so I drive a lot of the time. So I'm thinking, I'm getting caught going out and I'm not even drinking.
Yeah.
Like I'm driving here.
You can't say that in a meeting though, can you?
I try to do that.
Imagine that in front of lads.
Yeah, I think
Actually, Gaffer, I weren't drinking.
I was driving. I
Just
drove
these
all
lads
in.
were.
Well, he was
Honestly.
sick in my car.
best story ever. So we, so everyone thought we got out of the way. So we're in this bar in Kenilworth, and I think we'd had a bit of food. Lads are starting having a few drinks. So we're sat in this window at this table, and as we're sat at this table, the assistant manager's with his missus, with his wife, walking past, and just looks in the window and looks at us, and we're going, oh no, oh no, we're in for it the next day. Honestly,
Don't tell the gaffer.
oh, he was the one who opened us up. The next
was
day,
that?
Eric Black, honestly, opened us up, man.
Did he probably waved at the time, did he? And then
Yeah.
after he's gone,
He just
right.
looked, he had that look about him, and we thought, oh, toast, done.
But you're out, so you might as well stay out.
Oh yeah, might as well stay out now. Make the most of it. I think I might have actually parked my car and had a few bevvies at that point.
Yeah, I'm going to get done anyway, so I might as well get drunk.
He's pointing at his goalkeeper window like that. No,
Jason,
So how was that first season in the Premier League?
yeah, it was tough. I mean, obviously, at the time, who did we have as owners? Golden Sullivan. So there's no investment. You're going up with a team what's
Yeah.
come from the championship players. to then trying to compete in the Premier League. So it was a difficult season in terms of trying to be able to compete at that level. I mean, for us, it's Premier League football, so you're not really caring. You just, trying to make the best of what you've got sort of thing. But it was difficult.
But also as well, you're going into that season probably knowing that you're going to be one of the clubs.
Yeah, 100%.
Coming down.
At that point, you're thinking, right, just give it the best go you can give it.
Just try and nick wins or points or wherever you are.
I think Steve ended up leaving, actually, to be fair, halfway through, and he ended up going to Wigan. I think there's a bit of ownership dealings or falling out with the ownership, and Alex McLeish came in. But yeah, there was no investment from the club in terms of what you see now. You see, Forest going to spend 150 million quid.
Yeah,
we're probably spending about 2-3 million quid, if that. You know what I mean?
Did you bring anyone in?
Probably not. No, probably just frees and loans. Just like that period. You're just thinking like your hands are tied.
It's like as owners, you get what is it, like 200 million quid or something?
I think it probably is now, but it probably might not have been.
Yeah.
It's always been 100 mil though.
It would have been 100 odd mil.
Yeah.
Come on, investment. Sorry, guys.
Anyone free?
Yeah, you just earned 100 million.
Yeah, so it was.
That must have been a tough season though. But was that the season where you go down by 1 point or something?
Yeah,
like
at the end, it was quite close in the end. Yeah, so it was competitive all the way through.
Yeah,
and then I think we just fell short at the end, and then obviously what happened then is we had a right going up again.
Well, just going back to that first season, can you remember your first Prem goal?
Yeah, Derby away after about
40 seconds?
Yeah, it's on the sides about 30 seconds.
Was that early on in the season as well?
Second game.
Just to get it out of the way.
Simply lovely that.
That must have felt class.
It was, to be fair. It's probably the first time I tried to shoot him on left foot as well.
Please go in.
Yeah, I went in literally, one of them swingers, like literally. And then I got 2 that game, actually.
Yeah.
Had the double, the big man.
Yeah.
And you're up there on top scorers list then,
straight away. Listen, fantasy team. Straight in. I was getting drafted in left, right,
you would have been one of them where you got 4 mil left and you're like,
chuck him in.
Jerome can get a few here.
Put him on the bench.
I know he's in Birmingham, but...
And that was the season where Derby ended up with
it was pony.
He's 11 points or something like that.
I don't mind they spent money as well.
Yeah.
We spent no money. We did all right. They spent a fortune and stinking the gaff out.
Who were the teams in that league then that year that even as a player, as like a fan, you're like, I can't wait to play against that player or that team. Like, was there any time in that season where you were like,
or can you be like that if you're in the Prem? You probably can't think like that, can you?
No, I mean, we went to Chelsea first game of the season. Obviously, Chelsea was double strong, you know what I mean? You're looking at the likes of what they had at that period of time. And we give it a good fist of it, to be fair. We lost 2-3-1, but the keeper had made, the keeper's chucked 2 in for us.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're thinking, tell you what, we was doing all right, yeah. So confidence sort of grew, but you're talking about that era of United and, your Rooney's and, your Ronaldo's and people like that.
Who was in that Chelsea team first game?
I think you said maybe Malouda, was Drogba? Yeah, Drogba.
Yeah.
Them sort of players. Obviously, Frank was in his prime there, where he's just, box to box, scoring from everywhere, you know what I mean? Your Joe Coles and people like that, you're talking top end players sort of thing. So, I mean, you're buzzing for that, aren't you? As a player, you're going,
brilliant players.
It's players you've looked up to, as well. So you're going, oh, wow.
Well, you'd have had Lampard, Gerrard.
Yeah. That era in their prime, Joe Cole, John, you're coming up against John Terry and people like that, you're thinking, Jesus, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what it's about, it's what the game's about,
And how old are you now? 22-ish?
First year in the Prem 20.
20?
Yeah. Oh, still a baby, and especially, you just it's such a fast transition. You've gone from playing nothing to playing a couple of years in the Champ, 2.5 years in the Champ and in the Prem, you know what I mean? So you don't really know the game. Yeah. 2021, you know what I mean? It's like...
Did you have to change
styles? Yeah,
physically and and the way you played as well. You must have
100%. I mean, at Cardiff, you sort of come through as a sort of, because we played 2 at front at the time, so you're playing off the shoulder sort of thing. So you're not really involved in play, just being really trying to penetrate with runs and being around the box for chances. And then obviously when you go up the leagues, you're expected to do more, aren't you? So you're expected for your all-round game to improve. Hold-up play's got to be a bit better.
Well, I was just going to say, as a team as well, like Birmingham, where
you need an outlet.
You're probably not going to get much possession. Yeah. When you receive the ball, you've got to keep it.
Yeah, you've got to be tied.
Cannot be given it away.
You've got to be tied and stuff like that. And obviously,
Yeah, but then you've got John Terry up your ass as well.
You're playing against some of the best, and then you're getting your keeper or back pass to the keeper, and it's lobbed up to you, and you're fighting 2 defenders, and you're like, oh, cheers.
Who was your toughest opponent?
At that stage, I would come across Johnny Woodgate was toughest because he was quick. Yeah. There was injuries and stuff. Johnny read the game well, glided across the ground, was really comfortable on the ball.
Jonathan Woodgate, like.
Physically strong. So he was tough because he could match you on all aspects. So pace, he'd match you. He'd read it quick. He'd anticipate what he was trying to do as a forward. As a centre half, he'd anticipate, think, right, he's going to go in there. I'm just going to cover myself quicker. Good on the ball, stuff like that. So obviously, other than your obvious ones like your Terrys, your Rios, your Ledley Kings. Even though I thought after playing against Ledley, then my opinion changed. Ledley was like, wow, to say this guy doesn't train.
Do you know what? Loads of people say that. Like loads of people have commented about him and said that if it weren't for his injuries, he'd have been the best England centre half ever.
I think so. I mean, it's hard to judge because you only seen him at like what was described at 60, 70, 80%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're thinking, wow, imagine, and that was good. You know what I mean? So you're thinking, wow, if you was 100%, what would you have been like? Sort of thing. So.
Yeah, I suppose, but because you never get to see it, it's all like...
No, it's all a bit of you're intrigued at, you have to see, I'd love to see him at 80. I mean, I'd love to see him at 100.
Yeah.
You're struggling against him at 80, you know what I mean?
He just bullied me at 80.
Yeah. It's my march at the game at 80%.
Who won the league that season?
If I am right, I'd say United.
Man United.
I think so, yeah. No, was it Chelsea? Did Chelsea go back to back?
It'd be one of them two, won't it?
It might have been Chelsea going back
Was
to back.
Ronaldo in the Man United side at the time then, that year?
It would have been, yeah.
What was he like, sound?
Didn't really say much, to be fair. I was trying to ask him about his free kicks when he first started wobbling. I was like, how are you doing this
How
then?
are you doing that?
He was just like, I wouldn't really say. And I was just like, okay.
Did you really ask him?
Yeah. Right.
You really asked him?
Yeah. Beginning of the game, I think it was like kick-off or whoever was kicking off, I was just like, got the ball. I was like, how are you doing this then, pal? You're hitting the valve, because we used to always try and practice it after training with the lads.
Everyone used to say, like, try and hit the valve.
So we used to go, right, how's he doing it? And then I think there's another guy who was doing it different to David Luiz. It was Alex, remember the big Brazilian centre half? Yeah. But he used to just rocket it. He had one of the hardest shots I've ever seen. It's like coming out of like a rocket, literally a cannonball. Like, but yeah, I remember asking him running. I was just like, "How are you doing this then, mate?" And he's just smiling. I was just like, "You're not going to tell me?" And he's just like, "Nah."
Did it?
Yeah, he said nah. But he was laughing at me.
And then whistle ball.
Right.
Whistle ball.
And he's like, "Anyway, shall I kick off, mate?" I was like, "Oh, yeah."
That's brilliant. That's class.
I suppose you got to
ask him, because everyone was so intrigued at the time. You know, like no one had seen anything like it. I'd never seen anyone strike a football like that.
Yeah.
Well, I still can't work out how he would do it now. Like,
listen, I've tried since then and I still can't do it.
I've seen people like you hit down on it. I tried to hit down and it nearly broke my ankle.
Chocolate ankle.
Can't do it.
So who was it who like stayed up by 1 point?
I think Reading stayed up at the end. Oh, did they come down with us? I don't know. It was Reading or some Bolton or something like that. One of the teams languishing.
Because that must have been gutting being so close, I think.
But I think we also knew towards the last game, like everything had to go for us. So like we had to win and a couple of teams had to lose, sort of thing. You know what I mean? The writing was on the wall.
Kind of already accepted it.
Yeah. So.
And then obviously next season's not rebuilding, but that expectation to go up again.
Pressure was on then. That's the first time I felt pressure at Birmingham.
Is that like a different season then, isn't it? Because you, like I say, the expectation of, right, well, like we need to go up again.
It was that. But I think with Alex McLeish had come in at that point, and what he did is then he went and got experience. So we signed Kevin Phillips, Marcus Bent, Lee Carsley, Frank Quadru. So we signed some good Premier League pedigree then.
Yeah.
All in threes, by the way. Standard being Birmingham, all in threes.
He absolutely loaded, Carsley.
Carzo?
Yeah.
Is there?
Sure, it's him who's like a businessman.
That's Gravison you're thinking of.
Ah, shit.
Sorry.
Cut that.
Looks nothing like him.
He does.
Bald head, that's what.
Bald head, yeah, but
Bald napper.
two.
Oh, so Carsley's not loaded.
Two totally different countries.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Gravison, what does he do? Now he's
God
like,
knows.
He's like a property developer, isn't he? But like
poker player or
that's it, yeah.
What a guy. Anyway, it's not him, so move on.
So how did you do that season?
Yeah, we straight back up. I think we got second. We got second, I think Sunderland. Was it Sunderland? Someone like that. Someone went.
And who was it? You and Marcus Bent up front then that season?
Yeah, Kevin Phillips, Marcus Bent, myself. It was a bit of rotation. We had 3 or 4 strikers at the time, so it was just a bit of rotation.
Did you mind that or not?
I didn't mind it, yeah, because obviously the pressure's off you in a sense. Not off you, but like...
Shared,
yeah. The responsibility is shared, isn't it? You know, around the team, and it was... Then you're starting to understand little things about football then, like it's not always personal if you're not in the team and stuff like that. And it's just like the right man for the right game sort of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously Alex was so experienced within that, and certain games where he needed a different profile of player. Maybe that was me, maybe it was someone else, maybe it was two together. So yeah, that was sort of.
And as a striker as well, you go through like hot patches, don't you?
Yeah.
Purple patch. So it's good to swap it around as well.
It is, yeah, it is. And obviously playing with experienced players like that around it was good help for me. It's a good learning process.
I was going to say, like, what are the key points do you think you took off them on players? Because obviously Kevin Phillips at the time then would have been
honestly finishing. Wow, scary. Yeah, it's just scary. It's just like you can just understand now. I can understand now. Just recently stepping out of the game as an older pro, what conversations you then needed to have, or what I was having with younger players when I was still playing, and what Kevin was doing to myself and other young players, what we had at the football club at the time. So it's stuff like that where you're just thinking it's just them intricacies and the details, and you're going to listen at you as a young sort of forward who's you're looking up to pros who have been there and done that, and that was certainly the case then.
What made his finishing that good?
He just had it. He just had the right execution at the right time. It's, like a golfer. What club do you use? Right, it's this club for that one. It's that sort of stroke.
But like that.
Just like that. It's just the decisions, quickness of it. His anticipation, his touch. Everything was spot on. And it's practice and it's repetition. It's repetition.
Yeah. And did you do a lot of?
Yeah, we did loads of stuff. And Kevin used to be one to, even as an older pro, be like, right, let's do a bit, you know what I mean? Yeah. After training. And there's always competition. Obviously, you'd want to compete with him because he's so good at it. So it drives you then to like, all right, I want to try and, win this shooting comp after training. Cause
10 is it?
Yeah, or whatever it was.
What
even
was
if
it
was
like? Food, dinner,
press ups or whatever, or you had to do pull-ups.
It's got to be something
pull-ups or something like that till you max pull-ups or something, because he was big into the gym as well. So that's when I first started doing gym and stuff like that, because obviously Bente, he was like a tank on it, Bente.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, we're getting ready for Vegas now. I'm like, mate, it's October. And it's like, Vegas, straight away. I'm like, all right, let's get the season over. Let's get promoted.
Yeah. Well, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. Straight up again.
That must have been good then, like especially after the pressure. Just to go straight back to the Premier League.
Yeah, different challenge obviously this time round, obviously with a different manager. So yeah, we was up this time and we thought we could make a real fist of it, which we did.
Yeah, you stayed.
Stayed up, yeah, did well. Obviously load of freezing again. Standard with Birmingham.
Did Forsell come in?
It was always there, Mikel, but it
was
was just always injured,
there?
which is a shame because he was such a good player, such a great pro.
Yeah.
Did everything right. I've never seen someone be in a training ground so early. He's in at 7:00 every day. Just rehabbing his knees, doing extra little bits and pieces. What a finisher, scary finisher.
Yeah.
He's another one. Wow. Jesus Christ. If he ever...
Was he Chelsea before that?
Yeah.
Then? Yeah.
If he ever stayed fit, he would never have left Chelsea. Honestly, really good both feet.
It was very good for them for
a period. Yeah, he had a period where, but it's unfortunate his body just, give up on him at times.
So was he fit for that season?
He was fit sporadically at times through my time there.
Right.
So there was times in the Prem, wherever it was, he was fit, and then he'd have a few games, and then it's unfortunate it did not work out for him. Whatever.
Was it that first championship season or the second one where you got called into the 21s, the England?
I was in the 21s when I was at Cardiff.
From Cardiff.
Yeah.
From
When I was at Cardiff, I was in the 21s. Yeah. So
because you'd have been young to get into that squad. Then you'd have been 19.
19, yeah. So I was like one of the younger ones. So obviously, when you're building a squad, you're probably one of the ones who's going there for experience. But hopefully, the next cycle round, you're one of the mainer ones.
Yeah.
And that was the one with me. So it was like, obviously, Carlton Cole, Dean Ashton, Darren Bent, Johnny Stead. They was sort of the senior ones ahead of me. And then there was like a few younger ones who was
John Stead, remember,
in and around it at the time.
Huddersfield a long time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Is he retired now?
He's coaching at Barnsley, yeah, good coach.
Yeah.
Good.
Was it?
Yeah, good coach.
Was it Notts or something?
Notts County was there for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think who's the other one you mentioned then in that under 21? Dean Ashton.
Yeah, Dean Ashton.
So unlucky with his...
Yeah, another one. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. Just unfortunate with him, but he was another brilliant one. Good example as well of a good pro. Did everything right. He's a good one.
Because at one point they were talks of him going to Man United, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, obviously at Norwich he was flying, then obviously went to West Ham, flying finisher, just like real good in and around the box. Obviously a product of Crew Academy, so real good technical player, good awareness, aggressive enough, mobile enough. He had a lot of good traits.
Is there anyone in that 21 side who really impressed you? Who you thought this guy could go to the top?
you had your players who were really good, obviously, like, and there's all established Premier League players by that point anyway, so it's not no one who come as a surprise per se. But the first one you'd probably look at and go, wow, was like Theo Walcott when he come in. You're going, oh my goodness, wow, what's this?
Is
kid?
he your age?
He's a couple of years younger than me, Theo. But as the years had progressed, I was one of the middle to older ones, and he'd come in as one of the younger ones, sort of thing. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, who's this kid?
I think he came into that squad around about 17 or something.
Yeah. And
You can't have been as fast as him, can you?
Honestly, mate, he was the fastest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, like literally, like wow.
Just rapid.
Yeah, honestly, it's like breathtaking pace.
The thing is though, like you can't mark against it. There's nothing you can do against pace.
Honestly, it's one time we had a training game as well. We had Stephen Taylor, the centre half at Newcastle. Yeah. So Theo must have given him a little bit of a run around and was doing some attack defence or some unit works or whatever. And Tails has gone like full pelleting for a tackle, and you're going, oh no. And Theo's at full pace. And literally,
you could see him.
You could see him, and he's just took him. Mate, wiped him out. He's gone obviously like rolling about 100 yards. Couldn't stop. Honestly, mate, you're thinking, wow.
He just had enough.
Oh, he just honestly just went full alpha leather in a tackle. You're thinking, Jesus, Tails, man.
Did he get up?
Eventually, yeah.
Do you know what? Like, at that age, though, you kind of just bounced.
He bounced, he bounced. Fair, took it well on the chin, but you could see Tails had died him up. Like,
fuck, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, literally.
Roadrunner. Who was the toughest you'd seen in training in that respect over the years?
Toughest trainer or toughest like person you come up against?
Just like toughest.
Who did you?
Like in training, who just like train like he'd play, and you'd just be like, he's tough player.
We had one at Birmingham, Olivia Tebley. Honestly, you're thinking, mate, I play for the same team as you. Like, enough's enough. You're thinking through the week, and that you're thinking, no one had gone near him. Honestly, I wouldn't say psychopath. I'd say sociopath, mate. Honestly,
really?
This fella would just take ankles, take toes. I don't know if it was clumsy or what, and I was just like, I can't go near this fella.
Yeah, because I hope he's on my team.
Your 5-0s, you're thinking like, honestly, even though I'd stink the gaff out in a 5-0, you just want to be in his team. You're thinking, I just don't want to get kicked today. And so today's the day I just don't want to get kicked. And here's a fellow who just honestly, he was a great fellow as well, quiet. Demeanor, but like on the pitch, it was just like he meant business, and he took that into the games. You know what I mean? He meant business. He was a tough lad.
Yeah, some people do, don't they? They have to.
Was it? How did you get your move? Was it Stoke after Birmingham?
Yeah.
That, like me looking back, I always remember you at Stoke and Norwich. Like like my first kind of memory thing.
Yeah.
All right, Stoke and Norwich.
Yeah, Stoke. I mean, we ended up going to Stoke in the August window after we went down with Birmingham that year. And I thought, obviously being quite local, I thought that was the one for me. It didn't quite work for me there for whatever reason.
Was that with Tony Pulis at the time?
I mean, they chased me for a little while. It was funny because they chased me for the couple of windows, and Birmingham obviously didn't want to do business because it was in the same league at the time. And obviously when they went down, obviously they did the deal then. But obviously going there,
because Pulis didn't really play much. He kept bringing you on and like more of an impact.
More of an impact rotation player. We had good strikers at the time. So we had John Walters, Cameron Jerome. We signed Croucher signed at the same time as me. So we had 4 strikers, and he wanted that 4 or 5 strikers. We had Ricardo Fuller at the club still, so he wanted that sort of option to be able to change it. And I played some games, but I was used to playing every week, so I was fuming. So I was going in and thinking, I don't care where I'm going, I want to play.
Yeah,
that was always my motto throughout my career. If I'm not playing, I'm sat still. So go and play. Go and,
you have to be playing.
But you get people who sit there stagmented at clubs, and you're thinking, I don't know now, because I think the dynamics of football's changed, where the transfer market's so inflated, so clubs can't afford to go and invest in 4 or 5 players, because it's you're talking 100 million quid for that price. So then someone who's already at the football club, you just go, he's a good lad, we'll give him another year. But he doesn't play. He plays 5 games a year. Yeah. But then they'll get another year, another 2 years. He's good to keep around, or he's a good backup option, whatever. And you're thinking,
some players have a full career.
Career of it, yeah. You see people who've only played 150 games, and they've been around 20 years.
So did you knock on his door at points at times?
No, he approached me one time. I had a red card in the Europa League, and I was supposed to play the next game. He didn't play me, and he said he was fuming for that. And I was like, we won 3-0 though, and I scored and set 2 up, and got 2 unlucky yellow cards. Yeah, didn't cost us the game, and then he was a bit fuming with me about that. But
I've got to ask you about. So first of all, Croucher, what was he like? Because I love him as a person. Like, I don't know him, But like just how he comes across, was he always like that as a player?
Yeah, what you see with Crouch is that's how he is. It's always
that?
been like, he's a top bloke, but he's so funny as well. Honestly, we need to have a scream, in the changing rooms.
Really?
At Stoke, I've had some things there. Well, I think well publicised with the pranks and banter with Johnny Walters and.
Well, I
stuff like that.
I messaged John Walters before saying, I've got your pal on today, and he said he remembers you came in once with some brand spanking trainers on, and one of the jokes at the club were they used to just glue, or they used to cut the laces just before the holes, so when you go that to tie them and like boom, all your shoelaces come off.
Done me with the laces, 100%, a couple of times.
Brand new
spankers, and literally they'd leave you with no lace.
They're raging, wouldn't you?
Raging, mate, honestly. I know when you're walking with trainers on and they're like, your feet are hanging out, you got to walk back through the car park. But there was a little bits of
there's class
of banter, what knitted the dressing room together.
Yeah, it's team bonding.
It's a team bonding thing. It was never personal and stuff like that. It got out of hand towards the end of the season at one point, but it's just because of it was tit for tat, little things like that.
Who was the worst one in the dressing room for that?
Oh, then? John, he's probably the culprit for it. Yeah, 100%. He's now I know he's cut my laces.
Grassed himself
up. Yeah, but no, it was all right. It was done lightheartedly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a great dressing room there. To be fair, and that was part of Stoke's success over that period of time.
That's what he played on, isn't it?
Yeah, he played on that, having good characters, good lads around there. Tony obviously signed players who were good people and good characters first and foremost. That was part of the success for me.
You had a bit of success.
Like Europa,
you scored an absolute worldie for him, didn't you? I'm sure.
Yeah, against Southampton.
Kelvin Jones nodded it down, I think, and then you come on and
smashed one. I was fuming at the time. The gaffer put me out on left wing, so I was probably raging, just hit it out of anger.
Yeah. What was he like, Kelvin? Because he was. I remember he had a real good period at Stoke when he was top class at one point.
Yeah, I think he's a strong point at Southampton and obviously Sunderland.
He looked huge.
Yeah,
was he as big in real person?
Goodness, big frame, strongest guy on earth, but just so chilled and laid back.
Was he?
Oh, honestly, he's horizontal.
You have to wake him up for training.
Literally,
come on.
Literally.
I bet he's one of them guys
when he turned it
doesn't do any gym or anything.
No, just athletic profile. Yeah, just
person,
strong, dynamic, quick. He's good player.
Was it the time when you had the long throw as well?
Yeah, Rory. People just start putting out for corners and
it was a mad period weren't it? Where they'd be like, play for corners. Like,
honestly,
don't let him have a
I used to
throw-in.
like watching it though. If Stoke was on, you'd be like, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's action.
It's action, all action.
But playing against it was horrible to play against. I played against it a few times for Birmingham and you're thinking, wow, it's just relentless. And as a striker, you're having to come back every 2 minutes. I'm like, blowing here.
Yeah.
So I'm having to come back to defend these like long throws, free kicks, corners, and then obviously playing for it. You just always know this is an opportunity to score a goal.
Yeah.
Because everything, it's just carnage in the box. Like knockdowns, flick-ons, stuff like that. You think.
Look who you had though up front. You had Cameron Jones.
You pacing behind.
If anyone got
a flick.
Crouchy
is 7 foot tall.
John Walters, who was
quick and nimble.
And good in the air as well. You know what I mean? We had Jermaine Pennant on one side whipping.
You don't have Hoof.
Robert Hoof,
Shawcross, all running.
Yeah.
I always used to imagine Stoke's training. You just.
Let me hear this. Come on.
No, I used to just imagine it. Like one half of the pitch, you've got like everyone doing the strikers drills, like crouching,
crossing and finishing.
On the other side, you've just got Rory Delap practicing whizzing balls.
10 more, Rory.
10 more balls.
Yeah, probably won't fire off.
I won't put your arms up.
I've never been at a place where we used to do set pieces on a Monday morning.
Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday.
Monday morning, it's set pieces. Yeah. But it'd walk you through. It's sort of walk through to get the pictures early in the week, and you'd build on it and work on it later in the week. But
Monday morning,
Gaffer would have whatever was playing. Say he was playing.
It's like a chill one, isn't it? Monday.
Yeah, it's a walkthrough. So like it'd put everyone in positions, and you wouldn't have people delivering it, but it'd just be like, right, these are the runs. These are sort of like blocks and routines we're going to try and work on for the weekend. And it's sort of implement it every day, going towards the weekend. But it was brilliant, and you play your strengths, don't you?
And it worked as well, didn't it?
100%.
I'd take that
had a great
over
side.
the Prem nowadays. All day.
It misses a Stoke, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All the intricacies are nonsense and people trying to play out and they can't play out. It's like, why do it? Let's go long.
Yeah.
Let's go long.
Yeah.
Go off for big man.
Yeah.
Be transitional. Like Forest. Forest are going, well, we can't compete technically with everyone, I'll tell you what, we'll get pace and we'll get runners.
Yeah.
And we'll get a big man up front to go off, Chris Wood,
Yeah.
and we'll just get so much energy and athleticism around him with Alanga, Gibbs White.
But I think they had an average of 35% possession.
There you go. And they was going to finish in the top 4 at one
The
point.
top 4, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
there you go.
it was kind of a throwback to how the Premier League were 15
100%.
years ago, weren't it?
100%. And by the
Pure-
way,
do you know what? Spain spoilt it. Spain, when they went and won
Being that good,
everything,
yeah.
being that good, everyone went, well, we need to play like
Spain have always played that
and
sort of football. We don't in this country. It's
Yeah.
like everyone thinks they're a genius, don't they? Everyone
we
wants to
don't have the
reinvent the
profile
wheel.
of players
No,
even
we
for
don't
that.
have the patience because the fans don't want that.
Yeah.
The fans are used to like,
Fucking get it forward.
well, yeah, they used
Or
to.
like in Spain, it's like, ole, ole,
Yeah.
ole. In England, it's boo, boo, launch it.
Yeah, you know,
forward.
listen to TalkSport after a game. It's like, get him out. You think he had one game as a manager, but he's trying to play a possession-based style.
Yeah.
but that's not
Oh,
used
that's
to
a
it.
Russell Martin. Like you had Russell for a while. didn't
Yeah, I
you?
played with him and I've been under him. Yeah, he's lost 100 already, isn't he? Jesus, thinking. But yeah, it's a philosophy, and if that's what you believe in which
There was a video this
which he
week of
does.
Pep, and he's saying to Doku and Grealish, like, go forward as a winger. And then he goes, and go back. And everyone's like, no wonder fucking Grealish can't beat a man now, because he's getting told not to.
I think when you got managers like Pep, he's all about the team.
Structure in it.
Structure of a team rather than the individual. It's how
Yeah.
that individual can affect
Perform.
the team.
That's what he's saying. He's
To
saying,
be-
get us in there and then come back
Yeah,
and
but
we'll go again.
you're trying to do is because everyone's going to play in the low block against City out there.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to pull people out of positions. So if you go up and you're trying to entice the press and try to bring him out of his position, recycle it, and then you're doing the same on the other side. So you're pulling people out, and then you're waiting for someone to jump.
Yeah.
And when you jump, you're dead.
You just wait
Bang,
for an
bang, bang.
error.
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah,
And that's what they do. Just recycle it from side to side. They're patient. Go back, pull you out, go forward.
Back to the keeper.
But like,
Stresses me out.
I suppose Stoke was just relentless pressure, and you get that mistake
Yeah.
from relentless
Relentlessness,
pressure.
yeah.
Just keep putting it on them. Someone will make a mistake. Because
crumble.
even the best players in the world will make a mistake
Oh,
at
100%.
some point, and then you've got the likes of
Yeah,
you,
because
John.
even the best defenders, you're not going to win every duel, are you?
No.
So if you've got, say Crouchy and John Walter starting, then you've got me and Cameron coming on. Defenders probably going, Jesus, hang about here.
Yeah.
That's 30.
Yeah.
Last
Don't
30,
need
you've got
this.
you coming on.
Don't need this.
Cheers. Did you have any any defenders who constantly talk to you as well, like, fucking hell, Cameron, calm down, like, give us a rest.
Yeah,
like.
to be fair, you'd have a few do that, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's banter, no, like you took that with like
See, I love all
the
that.
greatest
'cause-
respect, like
Yeah, because you miss all
Yeah.
that when you're watching it. don't you,
yeah. I
on
tell you, it was good
TV?
lad at Jags.
Was there?
Yeah,
Jagielka?
yeah, great lad. Honestly, on the pitch, great lad. From even when I was coming through at Cardiff when he's at Sheffield United, and then obviously when I went to Everton, he'd always be like, oh, Jesus, you again. But like in a good
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
in a good
when we
light.
got on, like we had a good laugh, we had
Yeah.
some good battles, you know what I mean? He'd come out on top sometimes, I'd come out on top other times, whatever. Great lad to play against, like
Great
always have a
player
bit.
as
Yeah,
well,
great
yeah.
player, yeah. Strong, quick, great on the ball.
Yeah.
For his size as well, he's not overly big, but
No, he's
amazing,
about, he's
isn't it?
about 5'11"-ish.
about 6
6
foot,
foot.
yeah, but great in the air.
Yeah.
Great lead, bang,
Yeah.
just power through, you're like, all right, cool.
Nice. Who was your worst one? He was like, just leave me alone.
Do you know what?
Or just horrible, like in your ear.
It's hard to say.
Cameron, you fucking crap.
Do you know what I
You're not gonna
did?
get past
When
me.
I was a young lad, Martin Keown did that to me.
Did I?
Yeah, nipping you and like
I can imagine him.
when he's at Reading, I was thinking, bloody hell, I thought like
Is he nipping you? Is it?
nipping me, like dead
Aren't you
nasty.
too old for this, mate?
Yeah.
Just grow up, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Grow up, mate. Jesus.
Oh, my.
Turn the page. Yeah, literally like coming down your Achilles a little bit. And I think, all right, let's go.
Did that used to get you going?
Yeah, it
or
did. Yeah,
did
liven
it?
me up. That.
Yeah, I don't mind
Thinking,
that.
yeah, people like we had who else was it? Danny Shittu did the same thing. At QPR, try and intimidate because he's massive on it, Man Mountain.
So I've mentioned him before because I played against him
Oh, my
a
days.
few times. It was
It's
horrible.
horrible,
And
like-
then you get the crowd going, shit-two's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
You. The whole crowd
But
used to sing
in
you
the
like-
tunnel is like trying to like size people up and iron people up. No, you line up either side in the tunnel and he'd be going up and down your line, and then like trying to like goad you and get other people on his team to like back him up, and he'd be like this, that, and the other. And I remember he was good friends with one of the lads I was with at Cardiff. We was playing a game end of the season. There was nothing on the game sort of thing. And it was a bit of banter. I think the lads was out having a few bevies, and we ended up ringing him. Mate, ends up ringing him. We had one of the fellas at our team like giving him loads, honestly. So he's like, all right, let's go on Sunday, we'll see. So I'm gonna wipe for everybody sort of thing. So I was like, all right. So then we had a little bet that So the lads were like, "Oh, Cam will toast you in a race," sort of thing. He's like, "No chance." Like, you know, knock him into the crowd and all this sort of thing. Ball comes up on the halfway line. I'm thinking, "Oh crap, he's gonna mull me." He's gonna mull me, honestly.
Well, that's where you remember going.
So then
Cheers,
I let
lads.
it go through my legs. So he's come really tight, and ball's come in halfway. I've let go through my legs on purpose, knowing that he's going to be so tight. I've just look over the shoulder, of course. I just got other side of him, spun him, just knocked out my feet. Couple of massive touches, like out my feet. I'm on the halfway line. I've got right to the box, crossed it for someone to score, and then was all just like laughing at him, going, "Oh, his bet. It's like 50 quid every time he beats me." And was like, "Oh, that's 50."
That's brilliant.
That was brilliant, mate. Honestly.
That's class. I
I can't believe he's walking up and down like this.
But honestly,
he was huge though.
It was huge, mate. Honestly, you think Akinfenwa was big?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Dan was bigger.
Yeah,
and
he
could shift
did
as
try
well.
he did try and intimidate people.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I forgot where we are now.
Palace on
Class.
loan.
Oh yeah, Palace on loan. Oh yeah, because things did.
Stoke, yeah,
You'd had enough at Stoke.
just lost my head, sort of thing. Sort of lost my head. Went into what did we play? We played Palace in the cup earlier that year, and the old goalkeeper coach George Wood, he was at Cardiff with me, and then we played Palace one of the first or second games of the season. I had a good pre-season. Tony had left. Mark Hughes had come in at this point. I had a good pre-season. I was fit, scoring goals pre-season, thinking I'm in with a chance here. First couple of games I didn't start, so I was raging. So I was thinking, right, here we go again, sort of thing. And then Woody must have pulled me after the game. He played Palace a second or third game in. He's just like, "Why aren't you playing?" I was just like, "No idea, mate." So he's like, "Do you not fancy coming down here and come for a year and play some footy?" So I was just like, "You know what? Yeah, why not?" So then obviously it sort of materialised from that, and conversations happened. Stoke didn't really want to let me go, to be fair, at this point. It was just like, "No, we're trying to shift one or two others, one we're trying to get rid of." And then I was just like, "You know what? I'll just force it." I thought, I'm just going to go, I don't want to risk not playing again or playing as regular.
Yeah.
So I ended up going out of Palace, but then
And how do you force that as a player?
I drive to the training ground at 11:15 at night on transfer deadline day and tell the chief executive you're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as easy as that. Yeah,
It's gonna work.
Tony
innit?
Scholes, yeah, I'm leaving, mate. He's like, "You're not." I'm coming down to the training ground. So I got in the car with my mate, drove down there, and said, "Right, I'm going, mate. Get this deal done. You've got half an hour."
Love that.
No,
but sometimes you've got to do
So
that for your own career.
Taking control of my career. It's my career. I'm not sitting here and
yeah.
stagnating again. I can't risk the manager not playing me. Like, although who knows? It's hindsight.
Yeah.
But I just lost my head, and I thought, well, I want to go and play football. I've got an opportunity to go and potentially play more games than I think I'm going to play in this period. So loan, there's nothing on it. Just let me go. They'll cover the wages. They'll pay a loan fee. Happy days.
So you turned up at the office in Stoke just saying, right, you got an hour to sort it.
Yeah. The deal was, it was sort of, the club to club was speaking at that point.
Yeah.
It
wasn't just out of nowhere.
No, it wasn't really out of nowhere. So I just forced the issue by driving down there, sort of thing. Did it, and then that was it.
It worked.
It worked, yeah. Went down there, enjoyed a year doing something different.
Yeah.
I should have done it like they weren't really prepared for the Prem at that time, by the way, Palace. But
I was trying to think, like, was that the year Simon Jordan's still there then?
no, Sam wasn't there. It was Steve Parish.
Ah, right, okay.
But they'd come up. I think they'd finished 6th, won on penalties at Wembley, and they weren't really prepped for going up, but they went up, sort of thing. Holloway was the manager to start with, and then he ended up leaving after 4 or 5 games, and then Tony Pulis coming in. I'm thinking, oh my days, what have I done here? From disaster
I
to
read
disaster.
that before. I read that
Honestly,
before, yeah.
funny story. So I had to.
No, but you started doing well for him, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I was playing in that. I was playing and we're doing well, but it was limited. We had like bang average championship players. To be fair, in the team, what was trying to compete in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was no fault of anyone else's. You just got there. You'd earned the right to get there. So people was playing and people was performing, by the way, at the point. But you hear managers talking about when they go up from the champ to the Prem, what's the gulf like? And that was one of the times where you think, oh wow, we're up against it. Yeah. But with Tony, he worked his magic. January we got some good signings, and we managed to stay up. It was difficult. It's like a Palace atmosphere down there. It was brilliant. The fans got right behind the team, and the boys bought into it. It was really, really compact. Hard to beat, didn't concede many goals.
Did he bring his set pieces? And
Yeah. Brought all that in, and brought some good types in the January, and then we ended up staying up quite comfortably in the end.
How do you feel as a player though when you've had a manager who's not really played you, and then all of a sudden he's coming into the building?
Oh, I was gutted, to be fair, to start with, yeah. And I was thinking, is this going to go? I had these conversations. I had to go and apologise to him because I said some unsavoury things about him when I was
oh, did you?
Yeah, in the press, when he'd left Stoke.
But that's a learning curve that you can now pass on to
Oh,
obviously the
100%.
players who you're helping, the strikers and stuff like that.
100%, because you just never know.
You can't burn your
Football's-
bridges, can you?
can't. I didn't burn them in that sense, but like we talked about earlier about words getting twisted and stuff like that. I was asked a question about along the lines of, you must be relishing the chance at like a fresh start or whatever, or a clean slate under a new manager, and which everybody who'd not played as much football under that manager. Don't get me wrong, I played, but not what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was obviously going to say, yeah, of course you want a new manager to come in. It's a fresh opportunity for everybody. It's a clean slate, hoping to impress and play a few more games. It's nothing against the manager what was there, or you didn't say anything out of turn. But then people just twist the narrative, don't they, as the media do, and then it sounds like you're one who's coming for him then when I didn't ask for an interview. You come and interviewed me and asked me about how it's going under the new manager, you know what I mean?
Cameron can't wait for a new manager. He
Can't
might
wait
get
for
his
it,
chance now. The last manager
you
should have played me.
You can see it, can't you? A million miles off sort of thing. But yeah, it's all part and parcel of it, like you say. So yeah, it was a bit of an awkward convo.
There was something on that I read last night saying the Birmingham chairman come for you after as well, saying you and someone else need to take accountability for going down at Birmingham. But I think you'd already left. Don't remember that one.
Nah, I think it was Frank Quadru, I think it was. He come for one of the times David Gold. I was one of his favourites. He wouldn't never knew Sam and me.
What was Jordan trying to?
I don't know.
Try and dish
I
it
was
for?
reading something last night. To be fair, it was about 12:30, so
Quote unquote.
I had no battery left either.
So when your loan's finished,
Yeah.
and then are you now out of contract?
No, year left.
Got
at
a year
Stoke.
left at Stoke.
So I went back and
Is that not awkward going back?
not really, because I was fucking that's my club.
You've
innit?
done well, haven't you?
Well, not just that, but I thought, well, I'd done my loan. That was the purpose of it, was to go and play more games and then to see where I'd go from there. Went back, and obviously Mark Hughes' first day is just like, yeah, you're not going to be part of my plans. So I was just like, oh well, I appreciate you telling me like first couple of days, so it gives me longer to sort something out. So I was giving maximum respect for that. I thought like, fair play. Like some managers can sort of like ignore you or duck the question or
Keep you there as a backup.
Yeah,
thinking,
keep you there, but knowing they're not wanting you. And then
Yeah.
like last week, all of a sudden, you can go now. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
cheers. Well, everyone's filled the void of that position. So yeah, he told me pretty much straight away. So I was just like, all right, fine. Try and get something sorted. I had a few options on the table, and obviously I thought Norwich was a good one, obviously with the squad they had. And
Great club as well.
yeah, great club.
Was that like to go and live down there as well? It's a lovely
Yeah,
area.
because I just had young boys at the time. So it's obviously a little bit of a transition from where we was living at that period to going down to Norwich. But, once you get down there, there's nothing else around. You're stuck out here. So it's like, all right, I can just focus on footy now. There's no distractions, no outside noise. But, it's a great place to bring up a young family. So that was, you was made to feel at home straight away.
How did you find that with the moving, the travelling, obviously having a missus and kids and stuff like throughout your football? Was that?
It was tough, to be fair. Even the Palace one, looking back at it, my wife was pregnant. My youngest one was 1.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was something more, I didn't really think of them. I just sort of like pulled the trigger on it and went.
So like, even though it was a loan, did they come down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then moved down, then obviously moved back up, and then moved to Norwich. It was just like a little bit of moving around at that period of your life. But once we was down there, we was settled, and there's so much to do, obviously, down that neck of the woods in terms of for families and stuff like that. It's geared up for outdoors, and there's loads of space.
And that was a good period for you as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a great team. It was another one where you look at it and going, they're going straight back up then. So like, although you're taking a step back, it's a back to go forward. It's, it's a strategy opposed to just going, all right, I'm not going to go there.
Did you go straight up that season?
Yeah.
That class?
Did the champ feel easy when you've been in the Prem?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, not yeah or no, but I felt like the champ was evolving by then.
Yeah.
So like you're getting a load of teams that are being that lower bracket of Premier League teams, higher bracket of Championship teams, whether you've just missed out one way or the other. Yeah. There's sort of a bracket of 10 teams in there. The 5, the bottom 5 and the top 5 of the champ. I think that's like a condensed little mini league almost. So, it's good.
And
teams.
they're all interchangeable
at times.
They're as good as each other, aren't they?
So I felt like it was an opportunity to go do that, and obviously got promoted with Norwich, and it was great time of my career there. Loved it.
James Maddison coming through at the time, was he?
Yeah, so we had some good young players, the Murphy boys, obviously Josh and Jacob, Nathan Redmond was there. Yeah. Obviously James Maddison came through as well. So, you had some good young players.
Elliot Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett was there, an experienced player.
Was you there when Was that the promotion where everyone had to buy a supercar or a sports car or something like that?
Yeah.
Supercar Fridays.
Supercar Fridays, yeah. I think that was Gary O'Neill's idea, I think, or Bradley Johnson, one of the two.
What did you rock up in?
I already had one, to be fair. So it was really my club.
Yeah, no worries.
Nah, to be fair, cars never
What
really interested me.
did you just rent them for the day? Did you rent them for the, or did they actually?
I think everyone bought one.
Everyone bought one.
Not everyone. I think a few lads just did it between themselves, like just for a little bit. It's just a bit of a well done sort of thing. And I think soon was got bored and just probably just sold out.
I've been on Auto Trader looking for cheap ones.
Maybe a lot. I think the boys did it like as a little bit of a
well done.
Pat on your back. You know what I mean? And then I think the novelty wore off there a little bit. So there's just like, all right, we'll bought one now. Let's get rid of it. You know what I mean?
You soon realise that you can't go in any car park.
Yeah.
You can't go over speed.
It's costing you an absolute fortune. Put your foot down in the petrol station every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think the novelty sort of wore off.
As soon as you've picked it up, you've lost about 20 grand in that car.
So it was a good, but that was as part of the group. We had a good bonding. You know what I mean? And that was their little way of sort of.
We had some good players in that group, like Wes Houlihan, Bradley Johnson, who did really well.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
He's like just a midfield general, weren't he?
Yeah, play all over. Play him up top, playing left back, left wing, centre mid.
Yeah, it weren't the Delia time, was it?
No, it was before that.
Oh.
It was before that, thank God. But she was Delia and Michael, what they've done for that football club. They're brilliant.
Yeah,
like in terms of an independent ownership.
Yeah,
to have that long in that in that role is brilliant. They back their local side. So
yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah, amazing.
Do you have I suppose you can't have it. You can never have any regrets. But do you wish that at some point you'd have moved to a bigger and more established Premier League club where, as a striker, you're dominating possession, getting more chances? 'Because
was there a chance of that?
Yeah, there's a few chances. Yeah, but I mean, there's a couple of chances. Before I went to Stoke, there's a chance that leaving Stoke, there's maybe a chance of that.
Because every time you played in the Prem,
you're always going for struggling sides.
Struggling sides, and
struggling sides, and then you're playing against.
You're feeding off scraps as well. You're not getting many chances.
You're going against sort of established clubs, or you're going with. I always felt like I was in clubs where there wasn't ever competing. He was never set up to compete.
Yeah, that's
never spending dough.
That's kind of my point. I was at it would have been great, especially looking back now, to think I wish I'd have had a couple of seasons where I was in one of them top teams and
or football now. You're looking at it now where everyone plays this sort of brand of football where it's like attacking football there's no sort of.
Could I have got 20 Prem goals in a season?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
What was the most you got in one?
11, I think, Prem goals, which isn't bad. I never took penalties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 11 in struggling sides.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Really
it's
good.
Not too bad. But I feel like, like you say, he's always that what if. But I feel like everyone's got that in their career. What if this? What if that? You play your hand. You dealt really in football.
Yeah.
You make a good fist of it, and
it's like what we said right at the start. But there's not many people who've got 3 promotions to the Premier League and 3 relegations as well. So what was the best promotion and what was the worst relegation that you felt?
The best promotion was at Norwich, I think, because he did it at Wembley. So that was probably the best way to go up. They always say
you scored the first goal, did you?
Yeah.
That's right.
They always say it's the best way to go up.
Yeah.
2-0
you won, didn't you?
Yeah, I definitely say the playoffs, because the other times they got promoted by no one being able to catch you. On a Sunday, someone had lost and
cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've not done it on a particular moment, even though you've done it throughout the course of the season. So the Wembley moment was special.
I bet,
very special going through the playoffs.
That must have been great for your family and stuff.
Yeah, everyone's right. It's just because it's a one-off match. You win, you're up. You lose, lucky. You know what I mean? And that was brilliant. And I think everyone who's been promoted will always say that if they've done it both ways, that is the way to go. Relegation probably with Birmingham when we won the Carling Cup that year, and then we just snowballed into relegation where we was comfortable for ages. It was never in trouble. And then we just got load of injuries, and then boom, we just couldn't do it in the end, and we just went down. And that probably was the hardest one to swallow because we'd established ourselves the year before.
Yeah,
had a really good cup run, put a lot into that.
Good enough to win the Carling Cup.
Beat Arsenal in the final. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll beat some good teams to get there. We beat Villa at home, which is a massive derby. You beat West Ham over 2 legs, so you've done well to get there. Ended up winning it and ended up getting relegated.
Yeah,
which is a bit of it's a bit
bittersweet, isn't it?
It's a bittersweet. Obviously, pick up a bit of silverware, and it's nice to win looking back now, you're finished to win a little bit of silverware. You've got to be proud of these moments. But then it was that where I got injured towards the back end. We had like a load of injuries towards the back end of the season where a couple of our defenders, centre halves, like key centre halves, got injured. You're thinking, you could nick games, you could stay in games, but we just couldn't at that particular moment for whatever reason. And it was fortunate.
Yeah, it must be tough that because you was a good enough side.
It was a good enough side, yeah. And we'd finished 9th the year before.
Yeah,
of playing like 4-5-1, like tight 4-5-1. Finished 9th the year before, and you're thinking you've gone from finishing 9th to going down. Yeah, it's no investment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to invest every year, don't you? Especially in the Prem. You have to. What was your thoughts behind the move to Turkey? Like, because that's a big transition.
Left field, yeah. I had a few different options, to be fair, at that particular point, and I think I was at the age where I wanted to try something different.
Yeah. How do you say the name?
Göztepe.
Göztepe.
So I just thought, why not try something different? I had a few offers from around the world. Derby was never letting me go to a rival club in that league. I had a few offers from I had West Brom, Sheffield United, a few other offers, but the chairman was like, look, there are promotion rivals. I can't let you go there. And I was like, well, where can I go then, mate? In danger, what? And he's just like, I don't want to get rid of you, but I've got to seem to be backing the manager. So I was just like, all right, cool. Well, he's clearly not.
Is that what it was? The gaffer weren't playing you there?
I don't know what it was. Frank just changed his mind on me, like in his opinion, which is entitled to as a manager, of course. I don't know whether
you played up front with David Nugent there.
Yeah, the first bit of time I was there. Then obviously in the off season, Frank just had maybe different ideas where he wanted to take the football club and wanted to bring in different personnel, and obviously to do that, you had to get rid of a few. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones that you had to get rid of. So I had feelings in that, and obviously just thought, let's try something different. They're not obviously letting me go anywhere in this league, so let's go and try something different.
And did you know anything about the team?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it was funny because I walked in and I seen like two people I knew. One was a young lad at Birmingham coming through. He's like a young lad there.
Is this after you've already agreed to sign?
Yes, first in the job, and I was like, why? I ain't seen him for like 15 years, 10 years. So, and then Johan Gudfron, who was at Newcastle, he was there as well. So I was just like, I got two familiar faces. I'm sound. So it was all right, literally.
How did you find the league, the heat, and like the training and stuff like? Because that must have been miles.
The heat was tough, especially in the summer periods. It's tough. The league was interesting because it's a different league to what you're used to, because you've got so many different styles. So you've got, if you're profiling a player or a style or a type, you've got a couple of European players who are very professional, do everything right, want everything done by the book. Then you've got a few sort of mavericks who have come from wherever, South America or wherever,
Brazilian lads,
and a few of them are just quite chilled, laid back, easy. Then you've got a few Turkish players, local lads who they're big names in their country, big players, whatever, and they just don't really care, not really professional,
right? Don't
try a leg. So it's just like you've got a bit of a mix. Yeah, quite an interesting blend. So it's
you must have played in some intimidating games, though.
Yeah, one or two to be fair.
It's scary out there, like how their fans are, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, we went through a couple of periods where we was doing really well, then we'd struggled not win for a few games, and if I think the manager lost his job after like 4 or 5 games not winning. It's just out. We had 3 managers in the first season, so literally 3 managers in one season. So it's like one of them. The fans come to the training ground and they put all the banners around the training ground. Like you're talking hundreds of banners, all on the fences and that. And then you've got the supporters group, whatever it is, the ultras, and they'd just come and just stand there, watch training, and then they'd have a meeting with you after and say like, "Look, we believe in you, but pull your finger out, basically."
I will kill you.
Literally.
Is that the ultras?
Yeah, it's the most peaceful meeting. So like you're thinking, I remember driving at a training going, what's going on here? Is it a fun day or something? Family day? Forgot the kids or something.
Everyone's got the scarves around their faces.
So I've gone in, I must have spoken to the translator, and I'm like, what's going on here? It's like, be quickly, like these, get changed sort of thing. So I've got changes. It's like, like the fans have come in, like they want to watch training and speak to the players and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, all right, is it like a nice friendly chat here? Literally, just had a little bit of a conversation, spoke through interpreters, and got the captains and everyone. You got sporting directors there, the vice presidents there. Everyone's there at the club except for the president is in America. But like every single other person who matters at the football club's out there on the pitch. So you're thinking, all right, it's a bit serious this then. So yeah, they had a little chat, and it was like, it was one of them where it was
Mad
friendly
that the
enough.
fans have that much power.
Hey, that much power. They run the club. They run clubs out there. You know what I mean? It's not like here where like you can't get to whoever.
Yeah.
You couldn't go and have a conversation with, I don't know, John Coates at Stoke, by the way, chairman. You know, Bob from Rosehead and in whatever else. Couldn't go in there, mate. If they want to turn up to training ground, you ain't stopping them. You know what I mean? They come in with thousands. We had a game one time where we had a first season like that. We had a relegation game against one of the teams away. We had 7,000 fans at the airport just sending you off. So on the way to the airport, you just seen a sea of cars and flags and people get to the airport terminal, and there's just thousands of people there, just like wishing you like good luck for the game.
That's a different kind of pressure.
Oh yeah. And then
I love the fact that it went like, we believe in you.
Yeah.
But pull your finger out.
Honestly, that's what it felt like. That was the message, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was brilliant. It's fanatical. Just the energy they have, no enthusiasm for football. It's brilliant. You know, like.
Did you enjoy it out there?
Oh yeah. You know what? Like, it was difficult to obviously transition to another culture, a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Trying to learn a language, trying to have your kids settled in a school, your wife settled, all that sort of thing off the field, and then obviously, even like. How many people speak English? There's only like 4 people in the team that speak English, like 2 lads German, Turkish. Like a few Portuguese lad could speak it a little bit, but just communicating, it's just like, obviously football's a universal language.
Yeah.
But going and testing yourself out of a comfort zone, that's what I wanted. So like, it was really good. I really enjoyed my time out there, honestly. I wouldn't have come back if it weren't for COVID.
Did you have a house and a pool?
Yeah.
You're chilling, aren't you?
Kids was chilling, you know.
Great life.
Great life, yeah, for the kids. You know, there's a beach, because where the club I played for is right on the Aegean coast. So, you know, we're playing a Friday night sometimes. So it's like buzzing. Saturday, Sunday off straight to the beach. You know, like kids had been on the beach all day, bit of food, eat out at night. Kids would just chill out and stuff like that.
Great
Water
life,
park the next day. Yeah, it's a good life, yeah. It is a really nice life. And it's culturally as well, learning something different, you know, exploring different parts of the world and seeing, you know, how privileged you are over here, especially. And stuff like that. So it was a good learning. It's a good life lesson for me.
Yeah. And it was because of COVID that you came back, was it?
Yeah. It's only because of COVID to come back. Obviously, it's an uncertain time, so we just
get back quick.
Yeah, get off. Yeah.
And then MK Dons.
Yeah, so go and have a little run around with Russ, my mate. Gives a shout. I was just like, yeah, why not? Walking around. I was just waiting for something to materialise. I had a little bit of an injury at the time, and because I'd come back.
How old are you now?
33.
Right. Okay.
Something like that. 33, 34. So I thought, yeah, why not? It's down there. I know him, good mate of mine, so he's just like, come for a little bit, even if you come till Jan. Ended up going till Jan, then I was just like, I might as well stay to the end of the season now. Started something, so might as well carry on with it. So yeah, just give him an hand there.
Do all right.
Playing football, did all right. Team did all right. It was good to be involved in a team that likes to play football the right way. That's what I loved about it. I thought, what's the point in like jumping ship now, even though I had offers in the January to go, Cardiff and a few other offers. I just enjoy playing football, you know, like enjoying it because Russell's got this brand of football. What you want to play it as a player, you want to play in that team because it's enjoyable. You're dominating the ball, you dominate possession, you're getting chances. It's like nice to watch, you know what I mean? Nice to play in, nice to train, well, and then obviously because you're one of the older ones, you're there with a purpose then to help and encourage and bring through the younger ones. So then I was enjoying that sort of responsibility then. So I thought, I don't mind this.
Where do you think he got that philosophy from? Russell Martin.
It's hard to say because I think he never played in teams that played like that. So I don't know if he's just like, it's his ultimate dream to play like that.
We said that about Parker though, didn't we? Osborne said because he was never in teams that played like that, he wanted to.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't enjoy doing that.
Yeah,
so
and that's what Russell speaks about. Never enjoying playing like that. So why then don't I try and play like this where it's total opposite way?
Yeah.
And obviously his assistant Luke Williams came through like your Brighton system and your Tottenham system of young youth age groups, 23s and stuff like that. And that's how football was being played then. So I don't know if they've merged the two together and they've both come up with a plan and gone, all right, we're going to play like this.
I really respected him for what he did at Southampton and like playing the brand of football that he did.
I don't know why he gets attacked, honestly, because everyone wants to see good football. Okay, it might not work 100% of the time in terms of you've got to have allowances for mistakes, and he's one to say, listen, if you make a mistake, I'm not going to come for you, I'm going to protect you because this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You know, Swansea did the same at Swansea there, and that's the Swansea way. if you know, under Brendan Rodgers, under Roberto Martinez, that's why he got the job there. And that's why he was successful, because it was already...
They like that brand of football.
It was integrated into the football club, that style, and then that's still going to be the style now. Yeah. But then other clubs where, you know, it's question mark at Southampton of, you know, why has it not quite worked? And he alludes back to the things where it's, you know, you're recruiting for the Championship, then you get promoted, and it's just like, then if you don't recruit right in the Premier League, you're dead. And that was the case there with Southampton. You don't recruit right, you're dead.
And they were like, no matter what style of football that they played, they'd have always been struggling one of them teams.
Yeah, so 100%, because
you might as well try and do it the right way.
Exactly. Stick to your principles and your philosophy and your beliefs, and don't deviate away from it, because everyone always pivots and reverts back to default, don't they, when pressure comes? Player, managers.
It worked for company. He stuck by his thing.
Is that Bayern?
Yeah, he stuck by Munich.
Got relegated to Bayern.
Yeah, I know. Buzzing. So when did you feel like it come to a point where you was ready for retiring?
Never, to be fair. It's only when
was it your body, or was you just?
I just had enough of it. Like, after when I come back from Turkey, I thought, right, I'm going to enjoy football now. That was the whole point of it. I'm not going to come back and play for something that doesn't excite me, not a challenge, not no one with like a plan or like a blueprint of like, we're trying to get here. We want you here because we value what you bring, and you know, we can help bring on a few others and stuff like that. So that was the whole thinking of behind every move I did when I came back. So obviously, knowing Russell, he said, come and watch training. So I went and watched training. He's like, can you play a game? Played a game for MK behind closed doors at West Brom. I thought, oh, this is amazing. That's what I've been crying out for. Signed, end of the season, no problem. End of the season came, had a few different options. So I met Luton on the way back up from MK, like literally the next day. And then the manager had like a presentation for me already, like literally the next day after the season's been. So I'm like, wow, he's gone into like this depth with no time. Yeah. And he had this massive presentation. I had an hour with him, and everyone who signs for Nathan Jones will say he comes up with these crazy detailed presentations. And no one had ever done that for me before. And I'm thinking, I'm 34 now, touching 35, and he's took time and effort to show me loads of different things about my career, why I can help, all this. And I thought, wow, breathtaking. So I thought, I'm just going to sign straight away. Yeah. Signed straight away at Luton. Did a couple of years there, and then obviously when the year that we got promoted, I left in the January. Then I had a few family issues what I had to come further close to home for. And then obviously went to Bolton, and then the last couple of years I thought, right, another good club, another project, try and get that club back to where it potentially deserves to be. Yeah. Just fell short a couple of times, and then that was it really. I thought I ended that sort of stint at Bolton. I was like, do I carry on or not? And then there was nothing really what excited me. There was a couple of things where it was further away, required a little bit of travelling and stuff like that. And I thought, I'm at the age
moving
now.
The family again.
Not even moving. I just don't want to commute, and I don't want to do. At the end of Bolton, I thought, well, I'm at that age where I've helped out enough now and done enough. Could I transition into something? And there was nothing to transition into. So then I thought, well, I've come in for 18 months, helped you out, and it's just, oh, cheers, mate, you're a good lad, aren't you? But yeah, this is what's at the end of it for me. So unless there's a role at the end of it for me, what's the point in going to, I don't know, Crew for a year and doing the same thing there? You're bringing on their younger lads, the gaffer's having a smoke up in his office, not having to worry because you've got experienced lads doing, the policing
doing his job.
Yeah, doing your job, and then at the end of it, oh, cheers, mate, you're a good lad, but we can't keep you. We've got the budget, or we've got to go younger, or whatever. Yeah. So I could have carried on, of course. I could have still competed. I was still fit at that time, but I just thought there's nothing that is giving me something back now. Yeah. So rather than me giving 100% of me, which I've done for the last 20 years. It's different
if someone says, here's a year, come and play, and then after that,
transition to this
coaching role, or whatever within the club.
Yeah. Or what do you want to do? What do you want to do when you finish? You know what I mean? Not just like, all right, we want you to do this, but what are we going to do for you? So I thought, well, I don't need to go and play anymore. Like, I can pick and choose if I want to do it. And I just decided, right, just something that's clicked in my head, and just thought, I was training at Stockport in the pre-season, and I went in and seen Dave Chandler, and I was just like, Gaffer, look, I'm just going to leave it, And it's like, really? And I was just like, yeah, I just think I've got an idea what I'm going to roll with, and I don't want to concentrate on that. And it's just like, all right, if you change your mind, you know where we are, sort of thing. So I was like, yeah. And since then, I've been in, watched training and gone in for a little catch-up and stuff like that, and great guys down there. Obviously, Dave
flying
Chandler's
as well, aren't they?
Flying. I spoke to him Saturday after the game for the BBC. He was doing a little thing, and I was just like, obviously the pressure's on them a little bit different now because now they're known. Last year there was unknown. I'd seen what they did last year in pre-season. I thought they're going to have a right Go close here, you know.
And they was unlucky, weren't
They was
they? in the
unlucky.
end?
And I think they'll go.
Chel's a great guy as well.
It's a great guy, honestly, and it's really enjoyable. You know, like spending the pre-season in there, and keeping myself fit, and just giving me an opportunity to train and keep myself in a condition that if I did want to carry on playing, I was ready to go somewhere. You know what I mean? So it was good to go and help them guys out for their pre-season, and you know, being involved in the club environment still. So it was nice, yeah.
And what you've transitioned into now that we touched on right at the start, that's probably the closest thing to not playing to still being involved.
Yeah.
And you're like, that must be enjoyable for you then.
Yeah, 100%, because it's so rewarding, because
Yeah.
you're just offering your experience and the intricacies of what you know, which is playing as a number 9. And it's done in a role where people can benefit from different aspects of what you're teaching them or talks you're having with them and stuff like that. So
you're passing on the knowledge and everything you've come through as
you're
well.
passing the torch on, and I feel like that when I first started, if I do full circle back to when I was at Cardiff, if I didn't have good older pros looking after me and getting older me when I was younger, I would have never had a career. And I feel like now with this player trading, buying and selling, young players being commodities, there's not as much older pros. These are a few around, but there's not many being kept in the game in terms of, you know, like a manager going, you know what, my chief executive or my, you know, head of recruitment, whatever it is, wants me to sign a 21-year-old with all the, you know, potential in the world, but I'm going to go and sign a 34-year-old to bring on my 23-year-old, my 27-year-old, and my 2 19-year-olds because what they can learn from him is invaluable. And that's what I felt like people...
There's no money in them though, is there?
No, but there's no resale value. But then obviously your resale value is in your potential of your 4, 5, 6, 7, what you've got under the, you know, under
the ones that you're developing.
What you're developing and what he can help. And I felt that's what people signed me for in the last 3 or 4 years, and which was brilliant because then I could pass on the knowledge and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I was still competing, still training every day, still fit, didn't really miss many games for injury. There might have been a couple of times at Luton where I went to the gaffer, look, I can't go Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday because I know what you want. You want relentlessness, and you want. I've got to be honest with you, and we had that conversation. So sometimes on a Tuesday I'd go, I'm not going to be able to go. I need to rest here. Even 20 minutes would stretch me, 30 minutes because you know, I might have played on Saturday, and you might be playing 20 on Saturday. So with them honest, frank, open conversations. So I'd go up on the gantry and watch the games just watch the strikers, our strikers, and then help out the coaching staff at that point, and parts like that really.
Class. So that's something that obviously your hope's going to continue?
Yeah, there's definitely... I mean, listen, I went into a load of clubs last year, gave a load of presentations, said what I shouldn't do, but obviously it's quite hard going through football clubs doing that because, you know, if you're going into a football club saying, I want to come in and help do all your strikers, then, I don't know, say a director of football is going, well, I've got 5 first-team coaches already on an academy, and I've got, you know, under 23s coach and a lead coach and another coach. Well, why aren't they doing that? But not everyone's got the time to be able to spend with these players and individual aspects of their game.
It's very specific.
It's intricacies and it's very specific. You know what I mean? There's not many managers I can think of off the top of my head who play the strikers. They're all centre halves.
Yeah.
Even though it's like cat and mouse, but it's not that direct intricacy of what you're teaching. So I feel like when people have come to me, players or agents, and said, look, can you work with my player because ultimately he's at this level and I want to get him to the next level. And if, you know, if I can get 1, 2, 3% out of his game. And look, nowadays, that sort of thing's cool to do that sort of thing. If you look at all the best, you know, people in their sport respectively, LeBron James is still playing at 41, is the best. Why? Because he invests so much into his body. Off the field, does the extras. Roger Federer was the same. Novak Djokovic is the same. Tom Brady was the same. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo's the same. Even Messi, people say, oh yeah, he's a genius. Yeah, but he's in at 7 in the morning. He's the first in at Miami. My friend's a coach there, he's the first in. Yeah. It's no coincidence these guys are at the top of their sports. All right, they've got the talent, but they've got the drive, the desire.
And they, like you said, they invest in themselves.
Invest in themselves, but then people can say, oh yeah, but they earn millions a year. Yeah, but it's all relative to what you earn. So if you earn a tenner, invest £1. What's £1? You know, invest it. All right, they can afford to invest more, but you know, you invest whatever you can into yourself because you're your own office. You constantly have to improve, upgrade your office because...
Well, if you haven't got the money, use your time.
It's time, but there's loads of things you can do. There's loads of resources you can do where it's not necessarily a cost thing. No. What are 1% things what you could improve on. But I feel like once players get to their Everest, they're content then. Yeah. That's it. It's only a 1% of a 1% what I've got that elite mindset to keep on going and keep on climbing because ultimately football, it changes so quickly. you know, whatever level you're at. So if you're at this level here, people are always trying to pull you down and overtake you. So how can you stay there? How can you sustain?
I think that's the biggest thing. There's always somebody who's trying to overtake you.
So even doing these things, what I'm talking about, to stay there and have a career for 15 years. How do I have a career there? And even if, you know, whatever level it's at, how do you stay there? Yeah. Never mind growing and going to the next level. That's another conversation. But just staying there nowadays, you've got to be doing so much more than the next person behind you. Because, you know, if not, you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I'm getting me injections today.
See, he's on it already. His injections.
Could do ankle mobility, but I'm just getting
He's like, this is another 3G. He's like, you know what?
You know what he is? He's easy option.
Yeah.
That is every time.
A quick fix, innit? He's not going to the gym. I didn't hear anything about the gym or like doing a bit of proprio balance work or anything like that. Yes, injection.
Bands on ankle. Nah, just fucking inject it.
Inject it. Mate, I've really, really enjoyed that. It was top class.
Yeah,
like, really enjoyed
it. Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Like,
Should be all right looking back in it sometimes.
Mate, you should be super. I know you will be anyway. Super, super proud because, like you said, it's that 0.1% that get to where you've got to, and it doesn't come without fucking hard work
exactly.
And grit and
no, definitely.
Yeah, mate, you should be super proud and thanks for coming on.
No worries,
appreciate it. Enjoyed it.
Great guest for the new
Cameron
studio.
Jerome, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for kick me off. Well done.